This week on the Face Off Hockey Show, we'll talk about the 11 or 12 or 14 groups that are looking to buy the Carolina Hurricanes. We'll talk about Adidas selling CCM. Lyle Richardson will be on to tell us why Ryan Johansson's contract with the Predators is good or bad. And I don't know what else we're going to do. It's going to be fun. You're going to watch out. It's going to be great. It's Face Off Hockey Show coming up next.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. What? With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
breakaway. Takes two scores. There we go.
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
That's right, everyone. Before the pre-roll, you know what the funny thing is that my computer started to screw up, so I don't know if it actually got it there clean. But whatever.
Nah, I heard it clean.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good then.
It was
welcome.
beautiful. It was a great.
Thank you, guys.
I feel like we need to offer a disclaimer, though, because, I mean, chances are, most times, we might not get to everything we promise.
Well, that's the thing. Now, for all you OG listeners, you OG Face Off Hockey Show fans, you know this is a show about life, but a 30% chance of hockey. You know that even though we have a rundown, doesn't mean we're going to get to everything. Odds are we're going to go off track more than once in this episode.
Yeah.
For you new listeners on the Blog Talk Radio, first off, welcome. Second off, this is a hockey show, but mostly it's a show that you would do in a bar with your friends with no microphones and drinking a lot of beer. So basically,
we have
not a show.
two of those three things.
All right,
I'm not in a
sweet.
bar, but I am drinking beer, and I am with my friends.
Drinking beer and with my friends.
Sometimes we're in a bar.
Sometimes when we're doing live shows. I am Scotty Waz. The guy in the fedora, that's Johnny P. And
Yes, this is why I missed the show last week.
I know, and we'll talk about that in a second. And the guy who is so amazing that he's having the show blasting out his speakers, Mark with a C.
It's true. I like to hear myself all the time. Is it really
Fancy.
still that loud?
I can hear myself, but I'm a loud person in general. So,
Son of a hooker. I'll turn it down.
all right.
Oh, I can't move my head. Thank you. Okay, well, I guess I'm going to return these speakers.
Headphones.
Like, you're literally looking in a direction and pointing the speakers right into your microphone.
I wonder if there's a way to cover up these open-ended ear. Why would they sell these things? It makes no sense.
Maybe
So
they're
what,
not
the
supposed
person
to be
next to
used for broadcasting.
The person next to me on the airplane is going to be able to hear my music and
Yes.
podcasts? That's
Yes.
ridiculous.
I like when you had
Hold on. Are these Radio Shack?
No, they're
No, it's
they're
an L and an R.
Philips.
The R does look like a Radio Shack symbol.
I thought that was a Radio Shack logo on the side.
Yes, they are Philips, but I have to never turn my head apparently.
Never turn your head, ladies and gentlemen. Always, or if you turn your head, put your hands over your headphones like you're about to drop a freestyle on us.
God,
Yeah, like
everything's
a-
so complicated with this goddamn computer and these new
Easy,
freaking
Avril
microphones.
Do you want me to
Easy
bring
apple.
you a set of heads? Like, look, I have these DJ headset right here. I got their skull candies. They have 10 feet of rope. It's fucking attached to something over there.
Cord.
But yeah, you can have these if you want them. I think.
We'll see.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give these a shot. I think it's ridiculous, by the way, that you can hear. Well, Todd Butts is right. The microphone picks up everything.
Oh, Todd Butts.
And if I turn the volume down lower so that I can't hear you guys, then I can't hear you guys. I mean, the microphone can't hear you, but then I can't hear you. How about now? Can you hear yourself?
Well, we have to talk too, and yeah, I can hear myself.
God damn it! All right. Well, how about now?
I don't know
I
how.
just turned it down real low.
Okay, well, I can't hear myself now, so and he's turning his head, so I think we're good there.
That sounds
Can
fantastic.
you hear us?
Yeah,
can
I
you
can
hear us
you.
at all? Okay, great.
Perfect.
Well, that
Well-
was ridiculous. All right, welcome.
Welcome to our pre-production show, ladies and gentlemen. That also happens on the Face Off Hockey Show. We do production meetings in the show. All right. Well, Johnny, you have a fedora. You were missing
I do.
last week in action.
I do have a fedora.
What do one coincide with the other?
Yeah, well, so part of it was birthday related, right? Because
Happy birthday.
Birthday. Thanks. I turned the big 39. But yeah, that was actually a funny story because no one on my soccer team realized I was that old, which is good, right? Good.
I think so.
But yeah, so mom got these like free Diamond Club level seats at the Nationals game. We were sitting like 20 rows behind home plate.
Seats look
You
great.
You could order food, and they would like bring it right to your seat. Order beer. I mean, there were definitely some pros at this game. I was not a pro at this game because I didn't really drink very much, but I went to the bar and got my own drink. But there were definitely some people that like every inning was ordering another lager to show up and handed the lady like $20 at the end of the night. It was like, thanks. Like, huh? It's a great life.
Must be nice. It's gotta be
But yeah,
nice.
so they were giving out fedoras. It was fedora night. That's why we went.
Looks pretty
Yeah.
crisp.
Wanted to show off the fedora on the show. My hair's getting long again too. Might have to cut it again soon.
There you go.
I got that like shaggy look thing going on now.
So it wasn't you?
It wasn't me.
90s jokes.
So yeah. So went to baseball game. What else happened?
What'd you do for your birthday, dude? We haven't talked to you since then. Did you do anything special?
I went to Jake Owen concert the Friday night before my birthday. Put on a good concert. It was very hot out in Baltimore. Power Plant Live. And then Saturday I went to the Sagamore Whiskey Distillery. They had like a whiskey on the water type of event. And then we went out for the Gold Cup semifinal that night. Saturday night. I did get a set of Orioles wine stoppers as well. The infield.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What pray tell? Does it just have the logo on it?
No, it's like little people on top of court.
Well then.
It looks like Chris Davis and Jonathan Scope. And Manny
Wow,
Machado.
scoping your two-step. Manny Machado. Fantastic. Seems like you had a baseball weekend or week or 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell it was.
Yeah, I haven't been to any baseball games at all. I went to 2 in a week.
That's some
Then,
good.
Then today I got my first Ravens jersey that I've ever bought. Got an authentic Ravens jersey. I mean, why not? And I paid for a trip to London to see the Ravens play football.
What?
Why is that surprising to you?
Yep. My first Ravens game that I'll ever go to is going to be in Wembley
think-
Stadium.
That point's the surprising point. Is that's the first ever Ravens game he's been to at Wembley, and it's going to be in another country.
No, but it's irony, and the best part of it, we're going to see West Ham play Tottenham the day before.
Lovely.
I think I've actually seen more Ravens games at opposing teams' stadiums than at Ravens Stadium. I've only been to Ravens Stadium twice, maybe 3 times, and 2 of them are for concerts.
I've seen more soccer games in Ravens Stadium. Well, obviously, because this will be my first Ravens football game. But I've been to 3 soccer games in Ravens Stadium.
That's true. I've also been to a couple soccer. I've been there maybe 5 times, and only one of them was for a football game.
Think about
So
it
yeah,
twice.
I'm on board
Yeah.
with that. Football is. I find football to be too expensive of a sport to actually go to and watch.
As a fan, you mean?
The difference between watching them at my house and,
Well, I mean,
and
playing in
watching
the
from
NFL,
the
I'm sure,
stadium
is different.
is like I'd rather watch at home.
Well, of course, you got the red zone. Why wouldn't you
Yeah.
want to watch at home?
Just the experience, the differential between the 2 experiences isn't that big.
It's not like hockey, is what you're saying.
Right. I mean, the atmosphere is great at football games. I'm sure it sounds loud, but
By the way, speaking of
Now,
football,
I will say,
speaking of football in Canada, congratulations to the Calgary Stampeders for beating the Hamilton Tiger Cats this weekend, 60-1.
oh,
Hamilton
Aren't
got
tigers
the,
cats anyway? Why do you need to specify tiger cat?
They're Ontarian. I don't know what to tell you.
Is there a tiger dog?
There might be. You paint stripes on the dog. That's what you get. Tiger dog. I think they also sell that at Comerica Park. Tiger dogs. Anyway, folks. Yeah, no. The Hamilton Tiger Cats got a rouge in the first half and then didn't score the rest of the time. Calgary ran up 60. So if you bet the over, congratulations, you're a big winner.
Really, the over/under was 62.
What
Was that, John?
I said I would love to see a 1-0 Canadian football game.
That would be amazing. And Mark, I think the under was 54 and a half.
Wow, that's impressive.
Canadian football games are wild ass stuff. All right, Johnny. Well, I'll pass.
We did have
it
a question on here.
Okay.
We had a question that asked if this was the new Studio of Dakotas, and I said not yet.
That's either Todrick P. Butts, or someone else who listens to the In the Draft show, because that's what he calls it.
Somebody with Ravi Deb is what the name is on it.
Because that's what Todd P. Butts calls the studio on the In the Draft show with Wilson and Waz. The studio of the
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a very sports-filled week.
It's good. Mark, more baby stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. What did I do this weekend? I should have been thinking about that while John was talking about his weekend, but
It happens.
I wasn't. I think I traveled around a little bit and did things, went places, saw
like a great
people,
weekend.
did some of that. It was mainly just relaxing after my extensive traveling trip last weekend to all of the places in the New England area. The Tour de New England.
The Tour de Chowder.
Yeah.
Well,
I had a lot
what
of
is it?
seafood
2
while we were
weeks?
up there.
1 week or 2 weeks before your before the next shower that you're taking?
2 weeks. So, well, this coming weekend, yes, 2
10
weeks.
days.
No, it would be week and a
10
half
days.
at this point. Week and a half until the next showering.
Nice. Hopefully you don't do anything labor intensive. That's kind of...
Yeah, we want to
kinda
push
rank.
off the labor until
Oh, I get it. It's double entendre. I didn't even know.
yeah, till the beginning of October ish.
Exactly.
Is it October yet? Hashtag.
No, it's August. Check a goddamn calendar. Jesus Christ, people.
Is it starting in full force? I'm not on Twitter, so I don't know. I don't see any of these
NHL
hashtags.
The Washington Capitals sent it out.
The NHL and as a whole has sent it out as well. So it has begun. It doth have begun. Anything else there, Mark?
No, that's about it.
All right. Mine has been moving as we get things ready. By the way, if you have an Easton Stealth roller bag, you can fit 50 jerseys into that bag. How do I know? Because Jen and I have done that. Our jersey closet has been removes minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 jerseys. So 50 jerseys fit into an Easton Stealth roller bag.
You couldn't fit the other 9, or like is it specifically built for 50 jerseys?
2, no, it's we just couldn't fit the other ones. 2 are autograph ones. One by Joe Nieuwendyk, the other by Jaromir Jagr. So we're gonna keep those out.
Nice.
The other ones are my home jersey from when I played for the Chesapeake Chiefs, Face Off Hockey Show jersey, Jen's old school Ducks jersey, and her new old LA Kings jersey. My Highsmith jersey from my buddy K-Man's bachelor party. My Chinese ripoff Nick Backstrom authentic jersey with tacky shoulders.
Perfect.
And my Baltimore Bows jersey. I don't think they're a team anymore.
I haven't heard about them in a while.
Kind of died off there a bit. But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'm pretty certain that they only lasted like 2 years. You got one of their 2 jerseys, I think.
sweet. And I got the one that has the bars on there. So
Yeah, they only had that in double extra large, I think, was what all was left.
trip and small. I have it right here. Hold on, let me reach. Let me reach and grab it. Ah!
Triple extra large. Is that what it was?
It does not have a tag. Great.
Sounds about right.
Good job, Baltimore Bohemians. Nice subliminated everything. It's fantastic. Look at that. You wouldn't know it was soccer unless you saw the USL tag on there.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, that's what we got here. I had to put off moving today because it's rainy as all get out, and I didn't want to put my hockey gear through that. But Jen's got 29 of her 20 of her boxes of books in her library. I have exactly all my dress clothes in there. So my move is coming up this weekend. Hooray.
Nice.
Hooray!
Hooray. So we'll go from there.
Sounds like it's going well though.
It's going slowly but surely. The only actually big rack of books we have is this one beside me here with all the hockey books. So that's all basically we have books wise left, and then it's just clothing and our own trinkets and shit.
Books on books on books.
Books on books on books. She's got a lot of books. Jesus Christ. Like an absurd amount of
Jen
books.
should actually open a library, like a free library. Somebody can come in, like check the book out, bring it back.
Dude, she barely wants family in our house. I don't think any strangers would be allowed.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I have all my my pops
Strangers that send you guys stuff like hockey shirts and such.
which is bizarre as hell. Like I see, like she gets all this swag, and I'm just like, I want to be famous. I want to be Twitter famous. Got one package, and that was from our boy Brian. Shout out Brian.
Good work, Brian.
Other than that was it. That was my week. I was doing hockey jerseys and all kinds of crap.
I feel like that's an underrated like footnote to the Easton Stealth roller bag that they should have added, that you could fit 50 jerseys in there.
That would be a nice little caveat. That thing is heavy as hell, though. Let me tell you, that's like 50 pounds. A pound of jersey.
Do you remember those carry-a-ton bags we have, Mark? I still have one.
Yes, I do remember the carry-a-ton bags.
They're effectively these bags that were just plastic. They were like probably 6 feet around, like a big circle almost of plastic with a zipper. And you just like threw a whole bunch of stuff in there, folded it on top itself like a taco, and zipped it up and picked the bag up and took it places.
I'm pretty
Easiest
sure that
way
I
to move
used one of
ever.
those as my first hockey bag.
Probably. It's that big.
Yeah.
I would literally take all of my clothes in my closet, still on hangers, throw it in this bag, zip it up, take it to the next place, and hang it right back on the in the closet.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, that was an Ollie special. Or Value
Glenn
City. It might have been
Murray.
Value City.
Is Ollie still around?
I don't think so. Pretty sure they all closed, which is funny.
I'm pretty
because,
certain there's one still in Laurel.
Yeah?
That
Going
like
on
on
a
Route
business
1.
sale at Ollie's probably this kind of funny. How much cheaper can things get?
Wasn't it always a going out of business sale?
That's true. They were.
Like, I feel like they just took junk that other companies couldn't sell and tried to sell it there. They were like,
Hold
this
on.
other place went out of business.
I have questions. Why is Ollie's Bargain Outlet already cached on my computer? When did? Oh, because I was talking about this with Todrick P. Butts.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
There it was.
Oh,
Just like we were talking about RedTube on the show earlier.
what?
That's why that's cached as well.
Oh no, I go out for the porno. There's a new opening. Ollie's in Douglasville, Georgia. Grand opening, August 16th, 2017, 9 a.m. NASCAR Cup Rookie of the Year Chase Elliott will be on hand to celebrate.
Wow.
So
That's a big
pull.
big pull.
that is a huge pull. Tampa, Florida, opening on August 16th too. Marion, Virginia, August 9th, as well as Greenville, Tennessee. Statesboro, Georgia, grand opening today. At 9 a.m., you could have saw Casey Kane, NASCAR driver who recently won at the Indy at the Brickyard. So good times.
Do NASCAR drivers do nothing during the week? Is that why they
No,
can
they
go
don't.
to these things?
Yes, pretty much.
What exactly does practice look like for a NASCAR driver, Scott?
It's Friday, and they go around the track to get their setup. And that's it.
That's it.
I bet you they run like PS3 with one of those badass seats, like a.
They have been known to do that testing. Dale Jr. may or may not have done that when he had a concussion.
Does driving
I
to
mean,
work
it's
count as
probably
practice?
it's probably very lifelike at this point with the PS4.
Yes, absolutely. And then like there's other like PC generators too. Oh, gentlemen, we have Ollies. We have Ollies. We have Ollies. 4 in the state of Maryland.
Yep.
One
You were
is
shutting them
Park,
down already,
Glen
Mark.
Burnie. Brooklyn Park, Glen Burnie. Where else?
first off not in Glen Burnie or Brooklyn Park.
No, that one's gone. That one's gone. The one up Brooklyn Park is gone.
One off
Get
Liberty
outta
Road
here.
in Baltimore. One in Jessup.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking. I didn't go as far as Laurel Jessup.
One in Aberdeen. And if you could think of one place in the Baltimore metro area that would have an Ollie's that is not Glen Burnie or Brooklyn Park,
Dundalk.
Dundalk. Yeah.
big
Dundalk,
winner.
for sure.
Dundalk is your winner. Off of Merritt Boulevard.
The only other place I was thinking was Middle River.
That's true. There's also one in Hanover, home of the Poisels. So you can go
All of
there,
them.
have yourself every single one of them. So you can go to Dundalk, get your Ollie's good. It's what's the current flyer? What's on sale at Ollie's, guys? Finding local circular.
Why do they need flyers? Do
worry
they
about it.
really
I got
stock
it.
things up well enough? Hold on.
I got a
They don't ever
Discovery
stock things
Zone,
up well enough.
Himalayan salt lamp, $12.99. That's at Ollie's. If you can find it anywhere else, they're gonna be on. They're gonna be on for $17.99. So,
That doesn't make sense
oh god,
because they just sell what they have. Like, how can they advertise?
they go to
things? 'Cause
garage
if they're-
sales and pick up the leftovers.
I
if you want to,
bought
you wanna-
a Discovery Zone wool cycling jacket from Ollie's for $65. It was like a $200 jacket. I still own it.
nice.
Like it's like 20 years old at this point. It's
Uh,
fantastic. Greatest purchase I've ever got at Ollie's.
$1.99 fidget spinners. How can you go wrong? Coffee buyout, ladies and gentlemen. You can get an 80 count of premium coffee, 100% Arabica bean, $24.99.
Also,
thought you were
100%
gonna say-
chance of cancer from that.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say an 80-pound bag.
Oh.
It's like a salt bag, like you get for like the in-house, like water filtration systems, but it's just of coffee.
Why is there only 2 pages to this Ollie ad?
Because Mark's right; they didn't know what else to
Yeah.
advertise.
What can you advertise? You never know what's going to be there from day to day.
6-inch copper knives. What do you think that costs?
What do you need a copper knife for?
It's stainless
How
steel.
does
and
copper
I
cut any differently than steel?
Stay sharp forever, Mark.
No, it doesn't. That's not how
That's what-
copper works.
Listen, Ollie would never lie to me. It's right here in print, in really terrible like Sharpie marker print.
Copper is way softer than steel. How does it never get? That doesn't make sense.
God. Jesus.
Mo and his hardness scale would have an issue with that.
$5.99, by the way, 6-inch copper knife.
How about we go to Mo? Mo. No Mo.
No, sorry, we can't get the Agri Craig today. 4-piece square pan set. Other places, Mark, you would pay $50 for a bake, fry, boil, saute, braise, steam square pan pot.
That's a lot. That's a lot of adjectives.
That's a lot. It's got new and improved. It's a new and improved model with dual pour spouts. You're gonna pay $50 somewhere else. You know what you can get it at Ollie's for? It's first off, I'm just gonna tell you the details before you tell me a price. It's a 9.5-inch deep pan. It's got a lid. This is literally in the ad. It says lid. Steam rack and a fry basket. You're gonna pay $50 elsewhere. Ollie's, give me your price at Ollie's, Mark.
I'm always gonna go with $8.99 for everything.
Son of a bitch. You're mocking Ollie now. You're mocking him.
Did I
This-
get it right?
This big-nosed man does not sell that much at that cheap a price. Johnny, what you
Yeah,
get?
it's $14.99.
Johnny, you're closer. $29.99.
Wow. Holy smokes!
$29.99. guys.
By the way, for
That's
those
only
chemistry
$20
fans out
off.
there that were wondering, I know there's a ton of you out there. Copper is a 3 on the hardness scale. That's not very high. Steel is a 4.5. Okay. Diamond is a 10. It's from 0 to 10. So there's no way that copper stays sharp forever. Okay. That's just ridiculous. Carry on.
Wait, what did you say copper was on the hardness
Okay,
scale?
I'm just gonna
Copper's
say
a
that
3.
people
Copper's a
shopping-
3 on Mohs hardness scale.
So that's what girls say when they say you're a 3.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, you,
On
You're
most
very
hardness
soft.
scale.
you're very
Maybe they're
soft
saying you're
and
copper.
you can't sit, you don't stay sharp and you're very soft.
Hey, copper wire is very expensive.
That
It's
is
true.
true. It's true. All right. There we go. Hold on a minute. So I clicked on what is Ollie's.
Ooh.
Ollie's Bargain Outlet is
Oh,
one of
man.
America's largest retailers that close out excessive inventory and salvage merchandise. This is the part that is lovely to me. Our 250 semi-lovely stores sell merchandise of all descriptions and some beyond description. Semi-lovely is in quotes.
That's amazing. Semi-lovely in and of itself is great, but I always love when people describe things by putting quotes around it as if it's sarcastic.
You'll find real brands at real bargain prices in every department, from housewares to sportswear to flooring to food. Ollie's buyers scour the world looking for closeouts, overstock, package changes, manufactured, refurbished goods, and irregulars. Much of the merchandise comes direct from the finest manufacturers in the countries and abroad. For example, if a manufacturer makes too much of an item or changes their packaging, Ollie's will buy the overstock.
Ollie Kolzigs.
Ollie's will buy the overstock or old packaged items, so you will always find famous brand name products at Ollie's. But a lot of them could be last year's color, pattern, packaging, whatever. We also work with insurance companies to buy salvage merchandise. If a store in your neighborhood has a flood or fire, Ollie's may purchase the undamaged inventory and put it in stores at drastically reduced prices. Yes, it might smell a little smoky, but it'll be so cheap that you won't mind.
Did you just make that up, or did they actually write that?
That is in this right here. For those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to flip to the Scotty screen share. And
Can I
will
ask
also-
why you would ever buy food at Ollie's?
right there in the highlighted item, yes, it might be a little smoky, but it'll be so cheap that you won't mind.
Is that Ollie?
I think it is. Well, the third Ollie.
He's got the mustache and all.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have a 30-day no hard time guarantee. There you go.
So is he related to the general?
He could be. There. Here's the founding
I think
member of
so.
Ollie's. It's Mort Bernstein.
That's weird. He doesn't have a mustache though.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Ollie at all. Who's Ollie?
That's Ollie.
No, it's not.
No. Ollie is Mort. Mort is Ollie.
He doesn't even have buck
Finkel
teeth.
is Einhorn.
That guy. You know what? That's ridiculous.
It's kind of.
I don't believe a word they
I bet
say-
you what
they say
occurred.
anymore.
So I know what occurred actually. That's actually Ollie. But what occurred was he went and got a really cheap caricature. It was like a $2 caricature,
That's
and then
true.
they were like, they drew something real quick and gave it to him, and he was like, "Wow, it smells a bit smoky, but what a bargain!" And that was what they used for their logo. It looks nothing like him whatsoever.
Maybe that's a good thing, because then they can't go to this guy. You son of a bitch! I had smoky ramen noodle. How dare you? How cheap do you think they would sell ramen noodle for? Like six pennies?
Well, I mean, it's already cheap.
It's already 10 cents.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How much lower can you go?
How can you get cheaper ramen noodles? What are you
What's your
getting 100
threshold?
for $1?
What's your
Threshold for
threshold
what?
for food? Because I feel like if someone gave you a pack of ramen noodles, you would not eat that. There's no way you would eat that. If someone just was like, "Hey, here's a free ramen noodle pack," you'd be like, "Hey, cool," and then throw it away, because I would not eat that. So at what level, like at some point, food is too underpriced, because you have to question if you're paying like 10% of what the food item should be. What's your threshold? Like 50% off? Is that where it's like, I'm just getting a good deal on this food?
Why would you eat food from Ollie's?
Right, that's what I'm saying. But what's your threshold? Like, I'm saying in general, what percentage of the actual cost of the food are you willing to take as a discount without
We-
getting suspicious.
When we were with Greg Wyszynski in Montreal, we did not buy the gas station sandwiches at 3 a.m. So I think that's our threshold. Gas
That's
station
the threshold.
sandwiches.
Speaking of ramen noodles changed. Their Oriental ramen noodle flavor is now called soy sauce.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to
Oh.
call things Oriental. That's not PC.
It's not the right nomenclature.
Yeah,
those damn soy sauce
however-
got to it.
unless it's a rub.
Is it weird that it's weird that they gave me powdered soy sauce, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of when you think about it. By the way, that's probably why it changed to soy sauce trading instead of Oriental trading. That's probably why. Remember Oriental trading, everybody? I'm sure you do.
It was, right
Was that a
before
store?
August.
Oriental trading was like a bargain discount, like a discounted bulk celebrate. My mom lived and breathed by Oriental trading.
Is
Yeah,
that
Mark,
like a
that's where
Christmas
we
tree
got-
store?
Also, the store.
Mark, that's where we got the first car stereo that fell off the truck.
That's right. Yes.
Value price party supplies, arts and crafts, toys and novelty sport. Oh, boy, howdy. Birthday party supplies.
That's definitely one of those stores that you walked into and it always smelled like cheap potpourri, right? That's one of
catalog.
those
Who
stores.
walk into the stores? What kind of lucky duck were you? You
Yeah.
only got the catalog. My mom got the catalog. You could buy 25 balloons, or for this amount, or for like 50% off, you buy 100. Yeah, I don't know if that's a bargain, Mom.
Again, at what point? What's your threshold? Because you're like definitely half of these balloons have holes in them. So what's the point if I'm paying 50% off? You know that
Or if
most
you're
of them
like,
aren't
this
going
is
to
a
work.
replica soccer jersey.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on a minute, gentlemen. Gentlemen. When you look up hockey and Oriental trading,
Oh,
you can
You find
get
the Face Off Hockey Show?
Oh, I wish you can get a Hockey Boy cardboard stand-in, stand-up.
Greg
For-
Sherman?
Yes, for $37.99. It's
You
it's
might
a
need
stand-up. We might need visual on this.
you might need to get that
No,
for
we
your
might
new studio.
need to buy it.
We might
But
need
it-
to buy this.
but-
I could probably get it
You
for
need to-
Amazon. So here it
that
is.
first
Here it is.
paycheck that we get, that big blog talk money that we're gonna get.
Here it is, boys. Boom! Look at this. Look at the loveliness that is this.
Go
Oh,
back
that's
up to
good.
his helmet. Go back up to his helmet.
It's a cutout.
No, it's got a cutout
Why
for the
is his
face.
mouthpiece hanging down?
That's because it's like every kid in Pee Wee who didn't like their mouth guard, and they just hung it down because it's strapped to their helmet because of USA hockey rules.
But who would? Did you put that on there? That makes no sense.
First off, I
What
love
if it's
little
a
Mike-
real mouthpiece? What if you when you put your face in there, you have to put the mouthpiece in? What if it's actually a real mouthpiece
Oh, that'd
and
be
not
great.
cardboard?
That's probably why it's $37. Look
It's
at this.
ridiculous.
Put on your most fearsome face in this Hockey Boy stand-in to make the other team quiver in their skates. A fantastic photo opportunity for hockey fans of all ages. When you add this cardboard stand-in to your parody decorations, you'll always have a winning night. That's weird.
Hold on, hold on. That says hockey boy, and it's like a children's thing, right? And then it says 5'4", standing 5'4".
I was going to say, Johnny, you might have to get on your tiptoes to get in there.
Gonna need a stool.
Oh, we should get that for Sean Leahy's house. Maybe we can call him Hockey Boy. Lime's the Hockey Boy. Oh, that's tremendous.
I'm sad I missed Sean Leahy last week.
Yeah, he said he's missed you too. Oh, boys. Wait a minute.
This is such a
Inflatable hockey sticks.
great beginning.
$16.99 a dozen. I think we need like 3 dozens of these.
What,
What do you guys think?
What are you gonna like? Are you gonna hide out in rooms and when Jen walks by, like slash her in the head with one of them? Like, what are you gonna do with inflatable hockey sticks?
I don't care. I'll do something with them. I'll find a way.
Although, speaking of random hockey things, have you guys seen the video of the people playing soap hockey?
That is bizarre. Soap hockey itself, that seems like broken legs waiting to happen.
I know. It's basically like a concussion, just waiting
Yeah.
to happen.
Soap hockey, no thanks. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we should get to some news.
All right, sure.
We have no news music.
Hold on, I think I might have news music. I already had the end of the show.
Hold it.
Man, where did the news music go? Ah, there it is. We got news. We got news.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So the Carolina Hurricanes, they're for sale. They've been for sale for the past, I don't know, 5 years. But apparently, according to some, 11 to 12 groups are interested in buying the Carolina Hurricanes. So, congratulations on that. Of course, we all know the Greenberg Group by Chuck Greenberg, who was the former Texas Rangers CEO. But yeah, the price tag for this could be anywhere between 500 and 600 million.
How did this occur all of a sudden, though?
Well, I think it's finally got to the point where Peter Carmanos, he got out of hockey. I think he got out of the ECHL a few years back. He's basically selling all his hockey entities because his family's fighting over it. And he's like, screw it. I don't want to just be like this anymore. It's going to be a terrible thing. So he's selling all
he's
his
finally
assets.
reached the point where he doesn't think that he should hold 50% of the team anymore. So now there are people that want to buy it.
Yeah, he finally gave in. He's like, screw it. I don't care if I run this team. So yeah, we are ready.
Got it. Now it
ready
makes
to
sense
go.
as to why there's so many people that want to buy it now.
Yeah, mine. And they're going from there.
Is
So
500 to 600. What are we? What's the last NHL team that got bought? The Coyotes. What did they go for?
The Coyotes or was it the Islanders?
Maybe it was the Islanders. I don't know, but what? Let's
I feel like it was the Islanders.
Yeah, I think it could have been the Islanders.
I mean, technically, the last one that got bought was the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
yeah, that was.
Yeah,
that's
but that
expanded.
doesn't count because they had to pay all the other owners, and that was a set price.
485 million Charles Wong got for the Islanders.
And they're valuing the Hurricanes higher than that.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense. Are
Well-
they selling? Do they own their own stadium as well?
I think they. Oh, I don't know if they own RBC or whatever the hell they call it now. I
I'm
don't think
pretty
it's called
certain
RBC.
they do.
So if they're selling the stadium with the team, then I'm on board.
Right. I don't know if they do or not. Who owns it? Gale Force Sports and Entertainment. So yes, they do own their own. They own the arena. So I think the arena is in the deal on this one. So
And all that parking, that sweet parking.
it's sweet parking and Damon's Grill, if that's Damon's Steakhouse, if that's still a thing. So I know it's not a thing in Wall Chapel anymore.
That was still one of the greatest stories of our first draft experiences.
Oh yeah, just driving around. Hey, look, we got out
Hey,
of the
Scotty,
parking.
we should go to the media dinner tonight. Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Hey, Scotty, I think we're lost. There's a Damon Steakhouse. Let's eat there.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, we found the place. The hell with Kevin Greenstein. What was the Arizona Coyotes sale? Wonder what that was. Oh, 17 cents. Weird. Odd. Let me see.
They were like,
Come
would
on.
you guys take the 20-piece fill-up? Sure. We're in.
So, Barroway bought out his partners for $240 million.
part of it.
He owned 51%, and that was at $152.5 million. So
We got it for a total of 300 something.
yeah. Well, Ice Arizona came in, purchased the Coyotes for $170 million. So $170 million. It looks like the number is interesting. Interesting. Of course, you go by value, and you got to figure out the VIG and all that other stuff. Gonna put NHL team sales. Valuable. That's most valuable teams. I don't give a crap. How much does it cost to buy a hockey team? I don't know, $14. All right. More news. We got some John Tortorella news. He is staying in Columbus for one more season. He signed a one-year extension to be the Columbus Blue Jackets head guy, head honcho, after a Jack Adams Award-winning season. So good on him to get that.
Well, he should have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. What can you do? Everyone hates
Now, what
him, but everyone
happens?
loves him.
What happens if the Blue Jackets start this season terribly again and don't go on that run that they basically got on
That's a good
in
question.
order to make them hot? Because they were awful in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
like 3 weeks of the season.
Well, luckily, they stuck with the guns, and away they went. And then they had like that, 27, 24 game winning streak or some shit like that.
Yeah,
21?
17,
Yeah,
21,
whatever.
something like
I
that.
was close. I was close with 27. Not really. I think he sticks around. I mean, he finally gets to adjust to everything involved, and who knows if Bobrovsky's going to be ready. I mean, he's a very big wild card because as he goes, so goes the team. Got rid of Brandon Saad, which I found was weird. So it's gonna be a very interesting season. They start off poorly. I think they still stick to their guns because they realize what happened last year. And if it doesn't pan out after the year, then Johnny Torts is gone. Simple as that.
Oh, well.
Slowly goes the way of John Tortorella. Adidas has sold CCM Hockey. That's right. CCM Hockey is the love, peace, and hair grease out of the Adidas stronghold. They've been sold to Birch Hill Equity Partners for $110 million.
Interesting.
So there you go. The
Adidas stock is going up, by the way. I have some.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. I got it before they announced all of that sweet NHL money on the way.
Nice, good work.
Mark.
Birch Hill apparently it describes itself as Canada's leading mid-market buyout firm.
They're basically like Ollie's for like lots of money.
It's Ollie's for equity. It's Ollie's with partnerships. So interesting. CCM finally gaining up some good metal, and then Adidas is like, we're getting out of the equipment business in general. I mean, you saw that with Reebok because everything Reebok changed to CCM last year.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't Bauer used to be Nike, right?
Nike, Bauer. So the lineage of Bauer, Cooper then became Bauer, or Bauer bought Cooper. Nike bought Bauer. Nike left Bauer. Bauer was in limbo for years. Somebody else bought Bauer. They strong-armed people into buying their stuff, and now they're in bankruptcy court or some stuff. I'm not really sure how that all went, but
Is that season 3 of 24?
I think so. But no, like Bauer then bought Easton and Warrior and all kinds of wacky shit. So CCM sold, and I wonder how this is going to affect other jersey deals because Adidas owns Reebok, and Reebok does make a lot of, and CCM makes a lot of stuff for minor league. So I wonder if that'll change any. At this moment in time, we'll see.
That was like almost a George Michael sports machine right there.
Rest in peace, George Michael.
That's interesting. I like how jerseys work, and I mean Under Armour might be able to get their way into some hockey jerseys in minor leagueness now.
They do college. They have college jerseys. Notre Dame wears them. I think Boston College wears them. Minnesota Duluth wears Under Armour jerseys. So they're there. It's just a matter of getting them into minor leagues. It'll be interesting to see how if they can get to minor leagues, if they want to get into minor leagues, because they're cutting. I heard they're cutting jobs in Baltimore too.
Yeah.
So,
and all of that right before they go and start all the Major League Baseball uniforms.
Listen, these things happen.
Because that's next summer.
Is it? It finally switches over next. Wow, that came quick.
I think so, or the summer after, one of the two.
Wow. Majestic, we hardly knew ye. I'm wearing a Majestic shirt right now. My God, ironic. I didn't even know they got into baseball. I knew it was a big deal, but I didn't realize it was that. Wonder if the Orioles are going to have all Maryland everything. I don't know.
Why wouldn't they?
It's true. They had the one thing that went perfectly.
Did you see the Orioles jersey they gave out with the Maryland flag
I did.
It's fantastic looking.
Look great.
Apparently, they only came in like extra large though. So
So it's supposed to start in 2020, and then they bumped it up to 2019.
thought it was
So-
2018.
No, you were close.
So 2
manu-
seasons.
So 2 seasons, yes. And then Fanatics is going to start selling. By the way, I want to say this right now, as a NASCAR fan and as an NHL fan, Fanatics is garbage. Fanatics is
Garbage?
straight garbage. Do
Tell us
not
how
like
you
me.
really feel.
Like seriously, like this is a brand that like they limit everything, like they condense everything, and if they don't have your size, well, too bad, you're SOL because we own the purchasing rights. And Fanatics is going to do the NHL jerseys, which aren't going to be anything labeled except for Fanatics. So you're not going to get the Adidas replica jersey. You're going to get a Fanatics replica jersey.
Yep, true story.
So that could
Use the same same like distributor. Because
Oh,
I know
but
in soccer, like Fanatics, World Soccer Shop, soccer.com, basically all of their websites look exactly the same. When you
I will-
really come down to it.
Oh yeah, well I'm sure it's a template thing. I will put this out here. I put this out here. I'm gonna go to the longest ledge. The sale of authentic jerseys will triple this season in the NHL.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Triple.
I was gonna just say that I, in no way, shape, or form, would buy a replica jersey. I would only buy the Adidas jersey.
Oh, absolutely. Because, like, if you go by the prices that the Vegas Golden Knights have quoted, it's $200 for a non-customized jersey. Reebok replicas were going for $129. So pump yourself up 80, you get an authentic, non-customized. Like, that's a pretty good deal. And I think
Yep,
authentic it was $239 for authentic jerseys by
That's
Reebok.
not bad. Plus, if you just wait until the Caps are out of the playoffs each year, they'll be like cheaper.
It's true. And my thing is this: if the replica jerseys are anywhere close to the $100 range, I say triple
worth
is
it.
it's not worth it. Shell out the extra money for quality. Because I put on those Adidas. Those were nice. Those were nice. Those authentics were nice.
I did like it a lot. I like that Adidas jersey a lot.
Yeah. The interesting part was the shoulders where it had the ventilation and all that. And I'm like, that's interesting.
The only problem I have is that they don't look any different. Like, I would have liked them to look different. If I'm going to buy a new jersey, I want it to be look different than the old ones.
That's fair. I think some teams didn't want to go too extreme. You could buy a Vegas Golden Knights one, John. And be there.
That's true.
You can look different that way. But yeah,
I could just wait for like 2 or 3 seasons when they come back with the thirds, the white with the stars,
yeah.
and
You think they go white or do they
buy
go
that
red?
one.
Or they go completely off the wall and just say we're bringing back the Capitol Dome. Oh no.
Is it? I mean, I know we've talked about this. We talk about jerseys
To death, yeah.
but I feel like the Capitals completely dropped the ball by not switching back to the white stars and red stars that they've been wearing as alternates. Anyway.
Absolutely. Absolutely they did. You are not wrong at all. I think a lot of teams dropped the ball in not doing that. Like the Penguins did it and it looks fantastic on them. The Caps should have done that. But they didn't. And they're stupid.
Right.
So
Right.
by the way, later on tonight with Lauritsen, we'll be playing Name That Capital from the 2006-07 roster.
Oh wow.
I might actually get these.
Yeah, so we'll do it old school. So get ready for that. So you can play along at home by yelling at your computer screen what the name is. Dallas, ladies and gentlemen, will be the host of the 2018 NHL Draft. That's right. The Lone Star State is finally getting an NHL Draft, and it'll be a fun time. The Bowling Hall of Fame is there, so the Face Off Hockey Show can kick back up their Hall of Fame rants.
Nice.
So yeah, there's that. It's fun. That's what we heard. That's what Johnny had heard, rumor wise.
Yeah, on Chicago Fire Night.
Yeah, Chicago Fire Night. There we go.
I heard that at the bar after the Chicago Fire game. when I was hanging out with all the bigwigs at Puck Daddy.
Nice. Look at you.
And,
And of course, Archbishop Metzer.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I feel like he's so tapped into everything. Like that direct line to God really helps him out.
In a big way. God and Gary Bettman are his two bat phones. It's amazing. Canada, they're still trying to figure out what the hell their team's going to be in terms of the fantasticness that is the Olympics. Apparently, they're going to give offers to Mike Fisher, Shane Doan, and Jerome McGinley for an invite to possibly join the Olympics.
Don't they have to not be under contract anywhere?
Well, they're not right now. So if they don't get under contract there, you might get invited.
All right. Makes sense. Well, Fisher retired, right? Or no?
None of them have retired officially yet.
Thought he retired.
I thought he did too. To be fair, most people did. So
Years ago. No, I'm just kidding.
Several years ago. Also,
speaking of
yes, sir.
Speaking of the Predators, did you see the news that the Predators are holding an open tryout for their anthem singer?
Oh, nice. That's good. That's fucking rich. I love it. Dennis K. Morgan, eat a big one. We're gonna let anybody sing. Maybe that was the plan all the time. Piss off Dennis K. Morgan so they can actually finally get other people in there.
Yep.
Open anthem.
I mean, Sean was right. Why would you ever hire somebody? You could just go to a local bar and be like, "Hey, you want to sing the national anthem tonight? Come on down."
Mm-hmm. We'll give you a jersey. It'll be fun.
That jersey is worth more than you would have made at the bar all night long anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have found something about the Adidas jerseys.
Really?
Do you mind me to share?
I love jersey talk.
Finding out things.
So via the Dallas Stars website, they broke down the new Adidas jersey in 4 parts. First off, the shoulder part where it had the little vents. Adidas Climate Technology delivers breathability and enhanced performance with materials that are up to 133% more permeable than fabrics currently used on ice.
Yep. That's the Climalite, right?
Yeah.
I love that permeability.
I love that 133%. That's...
They do their research.
Well, I mean, when you
33% more
can't
than
prove
max.
it, you can really say whatever you want, right?
It's true. 15% lighter on the ice. Featuring a single-layer perforated numbering system that reduces number weight by 60%, resulting in a new jersey that is up to 19% lighter than the current jersey.
Do you not remember me telling you this when we were at the draft? I was like, did you see the numbering kits on that? Like, the numbering kits look like they have holes in them. Like, they look like lighter numbers. Like, even the numbering kit looks lighter on the jerseys.
Yeah, but did they measure like the number 1 in the new stuff and like a number 8 in the old stuff and say, "Ooh, it's 60% lighter"?
Yes.
Yes, obviously. On
Why wouldn't
average,
you?
sir.
They probably did every number. It's not hard.
No, it's not hard at all. It's easy. There's only
Just have like scales that go to like the 100th and 1000th of a pound. I bet you they're literally like 100th of a pound off.
It's true.
But it ends up being like 30%.
Then they get shot because of that. Verbiage inside the back collar has been updated to victory green as a way to preserve the team's current uniform identity in the new D0 technology platform.
Okay.
There you go. Dallas Stars. Get better things. And finally, the Adi Zero authentic NHL jersey fabrics are up to 27% stronger and up to 72% tougher compared to current NHL jerseys.
Compared to that Reebok crap you have now.
Hashtag it.
I thought toughness was an unmeasurable. I thought that was one of those.
No, you
that's
can't
grit.
measure heart.
You can't measure heart or grit.
Yeah.
Okay, but toughness you can measure.
Yep.
Speaking
It's
of
not like
toughness,
hardness. It's not like Mo. Mo is not governing the hardness or the toughness of these jerseys.
By the way,
you never know.
You can flip your thing there, boss. You're getting a little digity.
Say what?
You're getting a
Say
little
what to
digity.
Neo? I'm gonna flip it.
Flip it. Flip mode is a squad.
what was I going to say? The
Flipped.
damn it, I forgot what I was going to say.
Toughness, Eddie Zero. Tougher
Moe's
than
Hard
Mouse.
Speaking of toughness, I bought Ice Guardians today on Amazon in DVD
Hey.
format.
Nice. Look at the extras.
It's Amazon Prime.
Mm.
30 minutes extra, apparently,
Mm.
to the documentary that Mark didn't see in the first place.
Exactly.
Nope. Because they took the code away from me. It's not my fault that I waited too
There was
long.
no code.
It said there was a password when I tried to log in.
When you did, not when Scotty or I did.
It's not my fault. It was still before the show. I should have been able to do it.
Yes, but 7 o'clock does not warrant a documentary, sir.
I blame them.
I blame them for trying to give us free stuff and me not taking advantage of it. Good call.
So yes, Ice Guardians DVD is on the way.
Nice. You'll get it by Friday, right?
I don't even know what it means. I went with the I don't need the rush shipping, and they're giving me $5 Amazon now.
Wow. I don't know that. Oh, you probably can see it on demand.
No,
watch it-
Amazon now is the same day delivery service, but it might not. You might not have it in your area, so you need to go to Amazon now and search your zip code to see
So
if
did
it's
I
even
get $5
available.
and nothing?
Yeah, you might get $5 to deliver something Amazon now to someone else's house that's in one of the zip codes.
That's fine.
Doesn't Baltimore have an Amazon now situation? Don't they have the drones?
I think a brand new Amazon facility is opening up in Baltimore. I know this because there are hiring advertisements all over the place for Amazon hiring people to work in the warehouses.
There's
Nice.
also a Guinness plant opening in the area,
That seems dangerous.
but they're only brewing the American lager apparently.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, one of these days, John, you'll get the big winner.
Maybe
You'll be a big winner.
maybe we could be sponsored by Guinness. That'd be fantastic.
That'd be great. I'd love it. Lyle's got his invite sent.
Yeah, 2 hours ago.
Perfect. What?
I sent Lyle the email
All right,
before,
wait, no.
when I create the show.
Ah, gotcha. Lyle Richardson will be joining us shortly. We'll talk some stuff and some things. Couple new deals. A possible new deal for Jack Eichel. That's being negotiated now. Talk some John Tavares stuff. We'll talk some Ryan Johansson stuff. And we'll lament on Andrei Markov going to the KHL. So there we go. Also, by the way, speaking of Golden Knights, Calvin Pickard inviting fans to design his new Vegas mask. I'm sure that's going to be great. I'm sure
Turd emojis.
it's all
Nothing
all
but
gonna be-
turd emojis.
above. Hey, if it was, if the Emoji Movie was coming out during hockey season, I could see them doing a crossover on that, like the Tampa Bay Lightning did with the what was
Saw?
it? The Mask? No, it's the Saw. Thank you.
So
So remember those times? Remember those
You
great
know,
times when
oh,
Oren
God.
Coolest was on?
you know, I mean, it could be worse. It's not like you have Vegas strip clubs wanting to do viewing. Oh,
Wait a minute.
Ooh, hey, I think you're onto
Whoops.
something there, Johnny.
Lyle, he's not just onto something. He's reading straight from the headlines.
Wowzers.
true story.
A
Excellent.
bar that I think Joe Thornton has gone to, Crazy Horse 3.
Because
welcome
of course,
hockey fans
the
to
first
watch the
two
show.
crazy horses just weren't enough.
Well, they were too crazy. This is coming from our good friend and subject of Sean Leahy's book, 10 Things I Hate About Greg Wyshynski and Other Trail Mixed Tales. Says that in celebration of the first professional team in Las Vegas, the Vegas Knights, the award-winning Gentlemen's Club will unveil game day specials, including a Buck for Pucks deal offering $1 admission for any guests arriving via their own transport. Throughout the season, guests with their game day ticket stub to a home game will receive a complimentary drink. Sports fans can take in all the hockey action amidst the club's massive 70-inch and 100-inch HD screens. So there you go, Lyle. The
Provided
Crazy
you can
Horse
get-
3.
provided you can get the peelers to move out of your way so you can actually watch the game.
Lyle, obviously you
Yeah.
can.
Excuse me,
Because the
honey.
sta-
Can you move
Lyle,
your
you're not
ass,
gonna put the-
please? They're on the power
you're not
play.
gonna put the-
Thank you.
You're not going
There
to
you
put the stage where the TVs are, not in Vegas. They're classier than that.
Oh, sorry.
I was talking to former producer Todd Butts about a club in Los Angeles that has topless serving. It's not a strip club. It's just topless serving. I figured why even have? Why even
Is
have
that
it?
like the LA Hooters?
I think I'm going to try to find the name of the place now. Actually,
Incognito mode first.
that's fine. Topless sports bars. I don't know why I put a plural. Here's the best part about it. It's got a great punny name. It's called Dames and Games, Topless Sports Bar, Los Angeles.
There you go. Because in LA, they do the names up classy.
Exactly. You can go to Dames. It's in Los Angeles and the new one in Van Nuys. So there you go. What more could you want? A topless bar and VIP rooms and a party package. That's my package. I heard the food there is amazing, by the way, too.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Says who?
Did you try a breast?
This is a guy, Steve Dallas, a guy I knew in radio. He told me about it. He said it was great.
Let's see. I hear he knows his stuff.
Steve Dallas. He does know his stuff. He's a great guy. I mean, like I'm looking at the pictures here. This looks fantastic. This looks like a sports bar I could take my mom to.
What sports bars do you go to?
Ones that I can't take my mom to, obviously.
I feel like.
So here's some pictures, ladies and
That sounds
gentlemen.
like a classy joint.
Look, here's a classy joint. Here's the main stage, shooting onto the main stage, and there you go. See, it's a little viewing party. You can look at the stage. You can look at the girls. Who knows what the hell you're gonna do? And look, here's the sports bar with the topless girls. You can serve you some chicken wings. 2 rows of bar seating. Look at that. 1 row, 2 rows.
Stadium
TVs
seating.
all over the place. Look at that. Look, a silhouette of a girl with a football in your booth. And then there you go, main stage, right there, right there.
Sorry, I heard that wrong.
And see projection TVs just around, so you can look at the girls or look at whatever's happening on Fox Sports 1, which is probably nothing. So there you go, Lyle.
It looks like they can fit about 25 people there, so those viewing parties aren't going to be very big.
None of that makes me feel like I'll need a shower afterwards at all.
Listen, it's 22,000 square feet.
Is that more despair? Is there like more despair in watching the Capitals lose in the playoffs when you have like women walking around without shirts on, or you're sitting by yourself in your house? Like which
Listen,
one? I mean,
It's better off. It's better off for if you're a crier, you're better off being at home.
Here's the thing: if you
what if they feel like they want to give you sympathy because the Capitals lost?
No, Johnny, no woman will give sympathy for you if you cry because the Capitals lost. No,
I don't know.
It worked in the Blowfish song.
Sure it did.
Listen,
here's the
I
thing.
blame Hootie. That just the name in itself, But anyway, sorry, Scott.
$5 cover Sunday through Wednesday nights, and also during the day, Thursday through Saturday is a $10 cover to the Dames and Games topless sports in quotations bar.
Again, it's ironic. It's ironic. Why do you use
Sports. Sports.
They have a topless stage, a private dance area, bottle service tables as their 3 parts of their cabaret room.
Oh,
Available
boy.
dances, bikini dance, 30-minute VIP, and 1-hour VIP. They have
Bring your Viagra, kids.
What am I supposed to do for
new
the other
intermission
15
VIP?
minutes?
Sorry.
All right, you both talked over each other. I got to hear none
We
of
need
you.
a new intermission VIP.
Oh, yes.
Make it a good 20, 25 minutes. Can you imagine the amount of people that go to that place for a hockey game that'll pay for an intermission VIP session and then just come back out for the game? I mean, that would be a gold mine. You guys are missing out on easy money.
There's 2 rooms. There's the sports bar, which features 16 flat screen TVs, or the cabaret room, which boosts 360 degree main stage, full bar, 3 HD 12-foot screen projectors, TVs, private bottle service, and VIP rooms that can be booked for private parties, bachelor parties, divorce parties, birthday celebrations, or just because it's a Saturday night. With a full kitchen that's open till 1:30 a.m. every single night, D&G allows you to grab a drink, sample some great food, watch the big game, enjoy our sexy topless entertainers on stage, and private bikini dances, all with luxury and style.
Yeah, none of that sounds skeezy at all.
Listen, Lyle, I'm all about this. I already booked us a party.
Oh God!
It's called the Wild
Actually,
Ride.
you take out the topless dancers part, and it actually sounds like a pretty good time. You know, you throw that in there, and right away I just feel
even have the
clean.
club? Why even have the club and the party if we're not going to have the topless service? Like, like, come on. They got
Can we
flatbread.
go back to the fact that they're advertising divorce parties?
yeah, that one zipped by rather quickly there. Yeah. Let's dwell on that a little bit because
kind of glossed over that one.
Yeah, because well, just based on my own experience, it ain't no party. Okay.
Well, it depends if your boys are on, got your back. If your boys don't got your back, of course you're not gonna have a fun time.
Yeah, but you have half the money left in order to
Even if the boys got your back, your heart's not gonna be in it.
No, but
guys lie their asses off. You know your heart's not gonna be in it. You're
Lyle, your heart doesn't matter. It's just little Lyle that needs to matter. Like that's all that needs to matter.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, little Lyle needs to have emotional Lyle along for the ride to be in on to be like get right into it. You see?
We've gone too far.
There you go.
Savage shit.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
So
you know what? I might
new contracts, huh?
Yeah, no. Well, hold on. We might have a divorce that doesn't want to happen, as John Tavares wants to continue to experience.
Oh,
the Islanders.
Nice segue.
So here we are. I mean, the John Tavares situation could be the hottest situation since a topless sports bar.
Or Steven Stamkos. Or Steven Stamkos topless.
That's true. Topless Steven Stamkos.
A topless Steven Stamkos divorce party.
Topless waitress.
Which would only be topped by Steve Yzerman being our topless waitress, in which case that would be a lovely serendipity and karma coming back to bite him in the ass. But anyway, that's another story.
He'll steal the topless dancer.
No, of course he would.
So
anyway,
the big thing was like Mike Bossy a few months back saying the Islanders should trade him and whatever. Now like Tavares saying all the right things. He wants to play there. With no guarantee on where the hell they're actually going to play after next year. Obviously, it's a priority to sign him, but what is it a priority of him? I mean, the Islanders want to sign him. How does he play this? Does he wait it out and see where they're going? Does he put blind faith in this new ownership? Like, how does he play this now?
Oh, he's obviously gonna take the wait and see approach here. There's a lot of moving parts here right now. Excuse me. I mean, you had mentioned where they'll be playing after next season. That's going to be a big factor. It's expected that they're going to get the ownership group of the Islanders going to get into the bidding to construct an arena in Belmont Park because that's going to be developed. Just don't develop it right in the middle of the racetrack. Be a little bit upsetting.
No, let's see how it plays out, Lyle.
Yeah, but let's see how that plays out. That could be really entertaining. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, there's that obviously, but also, he's going to want to see how the team's going to be playing this year. He wants to make sure that this club's heading in the right direction before he invests in them long term. Right now he's still in his playing prime, and he wants to play for a cup contender. He wants that shot at the Stanley Cup, and he's not going to, sure, they'll happily open the vault and pay this guy for 8 years at, I'd say, hell, they'd probably give him $11 million if he asked for it, 11.5. I'm sure they'd be willing to the only ceiling is the salary cap one in their eyes. But for him, it's not going to be about the money. It's going to be about what direction is this club going in. I mean, you don't want to turn around, excuse me, invest 7-8 years in this club and they just continue to spin their wheels and go nowhere. And then you're asking for a trade halfway through that deal. Well, good luck trying to move that big, heavy contract. So, yeah. I think his big thing is he wants to make sure this team's heading in the right direction next season. And that's going to mean them getting back in the playoffs. That means they've got to be competitive. And that means they got to be more than just a marginal playoff team. They can't just be a club that's, going to be scrapping for 7th or 8th overall in the East. I mean, he's going to want to see some sign that this team is going to be heading in the right direction towards being a cup contender before he invests the big dollars.
Is there one contract that could really stymie this deal in terms of putting them handcuffing them for the future? Is this still the Andrew Ladd contract that's still just?
Yeah, that's kind of a nasty one there.
Because you got to figure Anders Lee is going to be due some money.
Oh yeah,
Josh
and
Bailey might be due some money.
yep, absolutely. And I mean, they got some kids in their system that in 3-4 years' time, they're going to be wanting to look at re-signing them long term as well, because that definitely seems to be the going trend. Bridge contracts are starting to, unless you're a marginal talent or second tier. But hell, even second tier guys are getting long term deals now. So bridge contracts are starting to fall by the wayside here. So, I mean, yeah, there's going to be that consideration as well. As I said, a lot of different moving parts here. It's direction of the club, what guys get brought in as well. I mean, yes, they brought in Jordan Eberle, obviously, to give Tavares a scoring winger. But you get the sense they're not done. And, we're hearing that, again, the Matt Duchene thing keeps getting brought up, and for good reason, because, the Islanders were interested in him going back to early last season. They made a pitch reportedly to try and get him by offering up Travis Hamonic and a first to the Avalanche, who, said, no, thank you, that's not enough. But I don't think they're done. I think if the Avs are willing to lower their asking price, hey, the Isles have 2 picks in the first round, 2 picks in the second round in next year's draft. They would probably offer up all 4 if they were desperate enough to be able to grab Matt Duchene. If bringing in Duchene could guarantee them that they would get John Tavares' name on the dotted line.
And that would actually completely redeem Joe Sakic, like we talked about last week, being just a total buffoon.
Mm-hmm.
That could completely redeem him.
Hell, even if you got 2 firsts, there's also talk that they also want to get Barzal as well, young Matt Barzal. And yeah, that's a guy that Garceau rightfully does not want to give up. Especially if you trade him away to get Duchene, and whoops, Tavares decides to lead anyway. I mean, that kid's going to be somebody you're going to be relying on to help in your inevitable rebuild if Tavares bails. So I can see why Snow doesn't want to move him.
And ultimately, it also comes down to how good are guys like Josh Hosang and Matt DeCole.
Yep.
Or Mike DeCole.
Yeah. Hosang, I think, is showing that he, from what I saw of him last season, I think he's going to be the real deal here.
Is he straightening up and flying right, I guess, is the big question.
Well, he certainly seemed to last season. Once he got the chance, he got called up and playing for Doug Weight. And that's another factor too. I mean, Dougie Waite's going to be back full time as the coach next year. So, I mean, that's a promising sign because, yeah, the team turned things around once he came in. They really did. I mean, they were written off, for the playoff race, and yet they were in it right up to the final week of the season. They really turned things around, and that was without Tavares, who was sidelined for the final couple weeks of the season with an injury. So, yeah, there's some positives that are there, but again, as I said earlier, there's a lot of moving parts here, and I think what ultimately is going to be the determining factor is how well the Islanders play this coming season.
Going a little upstate, the reports are coming out that Jack Eichel, the GM of the Sabres, is negotiating against himself for an 8-year extension. Obviously, this is crucial for the Sabres.
Yep.
Question is he going to get that sweet, sweet Connor McDavid money?
Oh, he's not getting Connor McDavid money.
That's a shame.
He will not get Connor McDavid money, but will he get $8 million? Yeah, I can see him getting $8 million. Absolutely. Eichel's got a lot of upside. I mean, last season, I think obviously his stat numbers would have been considerably higher if he hadn't missed how many games he missed? He missed at least the first month and a half of the season with a high ankle sprain.
2 months. 2 months. 61 games, so he missed 21 games.
Yeah, exactly. So just imagine how much higher his point numbers would have been had he been healthy and ready to go, good to go the start of the season. And Eichel's going to be chomping at the bit this year. I mean, he's going into his third season. And let's be honest here. I think he's a little bit pissed that, Connor McDavid is kind of outshining him right now. And it's just the way it is. In their rookie years, it was Eichel who, had the better stats because it was McDavid who missed, almost half the season with injury. But Eichel didn't get, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he got a nomination that he was a finalist for the Calder. Was he? Was he not? I don't think he was.
Who was it? It was McDavid.
Yeah, McDavid got in there.
Yeah. It's
Calder
probably
finalist
defenseman.
2016.
Yeah, I got it.
Artemi Panarin.
Godspear.
Yeah, and Gostisbehere. So yeah, I mean, how pissed was he that he didn't even become a finalist for the Calder that year? And then, of course, so he's looking forward to his sophomore season, and then he gets hurt right off the bat, and his numbers are down. But let's be honest here. This kid's the real deal. He's going to be he's the real deal for Buffalo, and he's going to be chomping at the bit this season to show people, hey, look, there were two guys in that draft. Connor McDavid was one, but I was the other. And he's going to be, very motivated to I think, to really have a big bust-out season this year. So, yeah, he's going to get, obviously 8-year contract, sure, and he's going to get big money. But is it going to be McDavid money? I'll be shocked if he got that much because he hasn't put up the numbers yet to justify that. He hasn't had the pedigree yet from Triple H to prove himself that way. No, but he hasn't won a Hart Trophy. He hasn't won a scoring title yet. So no, he's not getting McDavid money. But yeah, $7 million, $8 million a season. I can see them definitely investing $8 million a season in him for 8 years, going on his potential.
Staying in Buffalo.
He's got 2 words for you.
Exactly. Pay me.
Right.
There we go. I saw where you were going with that.
Good one.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I said pedigree, as soon as I slipped out of my mouth, I was waiting. I figured, okay, I better get the Triple H analogy out of the way now because one of you guys is going to jump all over that.
I was going to say that pedigree like the Sabres is just dog food. Just a dog.
That's
I was just going to stay stone cold over here. So
good one. Robin Lehner also re-signed.
Oh God. Okay. Well, hey. Listen. It's not a lot. It really isn't a lot.
$4 million overall for 1 year too.
For 1 year. It's a show me contract. So yeah, look, he did put up good numbers last season. I have nothing against Robin Lehner as a goaltender, as his skills. It's his injury history that worries me so damn much.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good year last year.
Shocked.
Go ahead.
I mean, people in Ottawa were just upset when he got traded. I'm just like, he hasn't shown a lot, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason behind this.
Yeah, and I think they're very happy in Ottawa with who they've got for goaltending now. So yeah, it's Robin who? Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. But listen, Lehner put up really good numbers last season on a bad team. I also think he missed a bit of time again with injury though last season too.
A little bit, but he started 50. He played in 59 games last year too.
Yeah, so for him that was
for a guy like him, that's huge.
Yeah, that was and yeah, again he put up really good numbers with them. So yeah, 1 year, $4 million. What the hell? It was 1 year. No, those numbers are good.
It was 1 year.
No, those numbers are good.
268.
Pardon me. Yeah, on a bad team that had the worst defense. Come on, what was the save percentage, Scotty?
That's a 920, but we
there
see more
you go. There you go.
Rubber than a
there you go. There you go.
Than a waitress at Topless Joint.
Games and games.
But like I said, playing for a lousy team,
it's
920
the champagne room of the games and games at this point.
A 920 save percentage and a goals against average below 270 on a team that had a defense that bad. Man, yeah, absolutely. I could, sure, give him $4 million, but yes, 1 year because of the injury history. If he's healthy, and their defense is supposedly going to be improved, well, then, like I said, this is going to be the big make or break year for him. But if he stays healthy, hey,
get a Vander Kane out of there for some defensive help, and you're good.
They looked into that. They looked into that, but no, not happening. They got their defensive help, Marco Scandella.
Scandella. Yeah, and Ristolainen is a stud.
Oh too, so. Man, that kid, he's fantastic. I mean, yeah, give him some help. Just give him some help. That kid does it all.
And also depends on what Zach Bogosian wants to be this year too.
Yeah. Boy,
there's another injury history guy too.
Real disappointment. Yeah, a real disappointment. He had such a promising career when it started, but just
right until they moved from Atlanta.
But injury was just the injuries. But the injuries is what, That
He
hasn't helped.
hasn't been good since they left Atlanta.
Not
Maybe
wrong.
a season.
No, I can't argue with that.
It's not wrong.
So
I'm sure some
know.
Jets fans might, but you know,
No, Jets fans will go along with it too. They'll be like, they'll bitch about it.
yeah.
They could be the most. They could be the most depressing fan base. Like, it's hard to be a Jets. They were so excited, and now it's just
This
well, they're
is
past their 5-year.
well, yeah.
that's true
guaranteed.
too. So all
The
they-
honeymoon, the 5-year honeymoon is over now. It's like they got to make the playoffs this year. Like, we talked about this before. They don't make the playoffs this year. Kevin Cheveldayoff must go. If he doesn't, then just get used to your team spinning their wheels as long as he's there, guys, because they ain't going nowhere fast.
He's the Garth Snow of the North, essentially.
Yeah.
Teflon Don up there. And I don't
Well,
mean Waddell.
no. That's unfair to Garth Snow. Garth Snow is at least willing
That's
to
true.
make
Garth-
trades.
Garth
Garth
Snow got his
Snow.
team in the playoffs.
Yeah, Garth Snow is willing to make trades. The only significant trade that Kevin Cheveldayoff has ever made was the Evander Kane deal with Buffalo. That was it. Anything he's done after that was just little piddly deals that never amounted to anything, that caused scarcely a ripple, that nobody really noticed. Why? Because the Jets didn't make the playoffs. They've only made the playoffs once, and they got their ass stomped
And
by the
out.
Ducks. So, yeah, I mean, it was a mismatch. So, yeah.
Here's the thing, and this is just me. Cheveldayoff has a lot of defensive prospects he can get rid of if he wants to. Because I know you're not going to move that Dustin Bufflin at 6'7" for the next 4 years.
No.
You're not going to move a Kulikov for 4-3 because he has a modified no trade too.
And, boy, you talk about a gamble. There's one right there.
You're not kidding. Who knows what Jacob Trouba is going to be? But they got
Jacob Trouba is a fine top 4 defenseman. He's already established.
But how much money is he going to want, and how much is Cheveldayoff going to give him? That could be a fun arbitration next year.
If it even gets to arbitration.
If it even gets there, and we've only none of.
Why do I see him playing for another team by the being a member of another team by the next year's draft in Dallas?
Oh yeah, no, it's going to be tremendous. But their defensemen look fantastic. Tucker Pullman, who I've seen firsthand here at UND, tremendous player. Logan Stanley, that kid's a beast. That kid is
and I hear his portfolio is fantastic.
Amazing.
But here's the thing, Scotty: are those players going to be ready? Are they, for prime time when guys like Patrick Laine and Nicholas Ehlers are, in their prime and ready for looking for big dollars?
I think so.
Why do I have this feeling that because right now the Jets have their top 6 forwards can compete with the best of any other team in the league, hands down, absolutely. But their defense is So why do I see in 5 years' time when those kids are ready to go that forward line is going to end up depleted? But the defense is going to be great. But we still have Laine and Scheifele and Ehlers. But but Blake Wheeler, he got old, and Brian Little, he got old, and geez, yeah.
But you got Brendan Lemieux coming up. You got him. You got Chase DeLeo. I love Chase DeLeo. I think he's a great player.
Well, hopefully they will, because they got to get it together.
But don't worry, they signed Steve Mason. He's fine. Their goaltending is intact.
And Connor Hellebuck for 1 year avoided arbitration, the goalie of the future, which he could still be. Let's be fair, he could still be.
And Michael Hutchinson, singer of INXS,
was not what you need. Was not what you need.
Exactly. That's a good drop. I like that one.
Thank you.
So yeah, Michael Hutchinson's still around. One of those guys has to go. Like, you can't.
Hutchinson.
So where? The AHL?
Yeah, exactly where he's going, Johnny.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're gonna ride the Andre Pavlich Express.
God knows they don't have anything in their AHL program at all. Their AHL program is deathly. Like, it's almost as bad as their top program. Like, the Moose have done jack and shit this year, or the past couple years. Since they come back, they're mirroring the team.
Sounds like a management issue to me.
Oh, you think? You think?
Just throwing it out there.
You think House of Fire, Mark Chipman's not doing much? Eric Comrie is a dud. Like, this is Man, so much promise
There's
in them.
so much promise for that kid. Last year, that's all I heard about from Jets. Oh, Eric Comrie, yeah. Wait till and then it's just like he just kind of dropped right off the face of the
But
earth.
I have to say, Jamie Phillips comes on strong. Started in Tulsa last year, made his way up through Notre Dame, played at Notre Dame, and then moved up to Tulsa, and then now in the Manitoba, he tried to salvage their season. But yeah, Comrie, oh, what a tire fire that's becoming, net. Man, oh man. But they got rid of Andre Pavlich, so they got that going.
Oh yeah, yay!
Oh, God.
Basically, let him walk. Yeah,
Mhm.
I was, I got to tell you, I think so poorly of Kevin Cheveldayoff right now that I have to say it wouldn't have surprised me if he had signed into a 1 year deal. Said, look, just one last try, one last shot. I think he can find it within himself.
Yeah.
And then
It's
he
like
still
a Timmy
signed.
Keith song, right?
Exactly.
Not as good as I once was, but I'll be as good once as I ever was.
There you go.
There it is.
All right. So
Zach Bogosian's the last Thrasher on the Jets.
I don't think so. But
Zach
no,
Bogosian?
Bufflin,
Buffalo.
Toby
Tim
Enstrom.
Erickson
No,
still up there?
Little.
Oh, Toby Emstrom's he's not still there, is he?
Yeah.
What about Tim Erickson?
Tim Erickson. I
he
think he's on
long
the 17th team. Yeah. Brian Little's still there.
Ryan Little's still there. Yeah.
Was
Blake Wheeler belonged to them too.
but he didn't
yes.
play for them.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was traded to them.
Right. That's right.
He was
So yeah,
traded to them.
Bufflin, Toby Enstrom. There's
Yep.
a lot of people still.
All right.
There's still not a lot, but there's a few still left.
There's a lot. I think a lot in terms of what other Thrashers are there, like in the league?
Well, Evander Kane. Pavlich is still, believe it or not, in the league. He's correct me if I'm wrong, backup for one of the New York team, Rangers.
Did they go
You
did they go
guys.
yeah,
I think he
to
went to the
Rangers,
Rangers. Kovalchuk will be back next year.
Oh, Toby Enstrom.
That's true.
Forgot all about Toby Enstrom. Tobias Enstrom.
Come
We all
on,
did.
guys. Dustin Bufflin was a right
What?
wing on that team in 2011.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, no, I said Bufflin.
he was
Oh, you did? Okay.
forward and defense. That's when he had his first All-Star. His
Yeah,
first
he-
All-Star season.
He was absolutely fantastic in fantasy hockey that year as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He was.
Defenseman that
goodness.
scored goals like a right wing. Oh,
Eric Bolton.
Oh, Eric Bolton. That's a name no one cares
how
about.
about Michael Bolton?
Ron
man.
Hainsey was on this team.
Hey, Stanley Cup winner Ron Hainsey.
Yes, Stanley Cup champ.
There you
And you know what? Good for him, man. After all those years, that was his first playoff too. He'd never been in the playoffs his entire NHL career. Gets traded to Pittsburgh and wins the Stanley Cup. I like stories like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Hainsey, I don't know what he's like what he's like as a person. He could be he could be a total arsehole, but regardless, it's still a nice story. But I don't think he's an arsehole. He's probably a good guy.
Johnny Oduya was a defenseman on this team.
Ooh.
Where did he
in
just sign?
2011.
Oh, do you?
Ottawa. He went to
Yes,
Senators.
that's right. He went.
Yeah,
That's
went
right.
to Senators. Yeah.
And did you say Evander Kane?
Johnny Oduya, also drafted by the Washington Capitals.
Was he? How about that?
Mark Stewart, defenseman on this team.
Mm. Where did he
Just-
go?
There's a lot of guys
Mark
that.
Stewart's
that
still a lot of guys because it was only 5-6 years ago. Well, mind you, that is a long time in a pro athlete's career in a hockey player.
Andrew Ladd.
Yep,
Oh, Laddie's
Right?
still there.
Yep.
How about that?
that's right.
Christ. Wow, the Thrashers had a lot of guys who no one cares about. Kari Lettinen.
Patrice Cormier.
Kari
Barn
Lettinen.
burner.
Kari Lettinen. Yeah.
How is this team that bad? Like, how did they end up leaving Atlanta? If they're all these,
They left
all
Atlanta
these
'cause no-
players
Well,
are
that
staying.
had nothing to do with the play of the team on the ice. That had everything to do with the to be blunt, clusterfuck that was the ownership down there.
Yeah.
Serious,
The Atlanta-
straight up, seriously, that's what
the
it had
Atlanta
to do with it.
Spirit. The
Yeah.
Atlanta Spirit was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was. It was.
All right.
I
no
don't think
Baltimore Spirit.
I don't think that I'm telling tales out of school when I say that it was a clusterfuck.
Trivia
A little bit.
question.
Sir.
In the history of the Atlanta Thrashers, there are 2 Hockey Hall of Famers that have ever played for the Atlanta Thrashers. Name them.
Ooh, good one. No cheating.
Without going to Wikipedia.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause I'm there now.
Oh,
Hockey Hall of
that's a
Famer.
good question. I know Ray Ferraro played for them, but he's not in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
No, sadly.
I know Chicken Parm, man.
Trying the first year. Who the hell was on that first year team?
Who
Was
the,
that be?
yeah. Damn.
Damian
I'm gonna
Rose.
kick. I'm gonna kick myself when you tell me.
Yeah, no, I don't have. Who do you got, Mark?
One of them
Wait.
almost shouldn't count.
What do you got, Mark?
So Mark Recchi played 53 games.
Oh, Mark Recchi.
2008 season.
Right.
And the one that almost shouldn't count is Chris Chelios, who played 7 games for the
Oh,
in 2009 and 2010.
You're right. That one really shouldn't count.
I had
but-
a weird thought that there was some like random person that showed up at like.
Yeah, I mean, like Mark Recchi, okay, he played 53 games. That's like most of a season. Okay, fair enough. You know, you were there long enough to make some kind of a difference during that season. But 7 games, that's a walk on.
He had 0
The sad
goals,
part
0
is
assists,
no
0
one
points,
knew
and
that
0
Chris
penalty
Chelios
minutes.
played for every team. So
That's true.
like,
It
I was
only
almost-
just it only just seemed like for a while. I mean, he only just played for original 6 teams: Montreal, Chicago, and
Well,
Detroit.
yeah, those were the only options when you first started playing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He did join the team when Gordie Howe was in his heyday.
In 05.
Yeah, way back in 1905. Yes.
Yeah.
By
Yeah.
God. He still doesn't
remembers
look
when
a day
the
over
NFL
40.
started.
Yeah, he still doesn't look a day over 40. Anyway.
Throws his
Ryan
couch like a
Johansson.
champion.
That's true. Ryan Johansson, 8 years, $64 million. Cornerstone deal right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you call that. That should be that's not going to be a thing. But he is now the highest paid player. Thank God. No, he's not. PK's got $9 million.
Yeah.
Highest paid forward, finally
Yep.
eclipsing Philip Forsberg, making GM's nightmare of the Capitals still a nightmare. Thanks for that,
Complete.
GM.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
We'll get to him in a minute.
yeah, but that was but you know, I saw some people were a little critical of it. They they felt that that David Poyle overpaid to keep Ryan Johansson, but you know, he's in the position where he has that luxury right now. He
Yeah.
really is. I mean, that defense core he's got locked up for very affordable. I mean, other than PK, but still, beyond PK, the other main 3 guys there, Roman Josi, Ryan Ellis, and Matthias Ekholm, they're all carrying decent contracts. You got Philip Forsberg in there for a very affordable deal. Who else they got there? Help me out here quickly.
Philip
Isn't he
Forsberg.
also effectively
Oh,
he's
Victor
effectively
Arvidsson.
playing with house money right now.
Yeah, and Victor.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Victor Arvidsson's there.
Yeah. But you're right, Johnny. I mean, considering the season they had,
and
exactly,
it's just
and
gonna spill into next season.
yes, exactly.
So like they're gonna make so much money in the first 2 months of this upcoming season that
Oh yeah.
no matter what they do, people will be at the games. Like it's gonna be insane in that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And while we're talking, I'm just gonna have a quick boo at Cap Friendly here because I want to look
They
ahead.
have Philip Forsberg. They got Arvidsson, Nick Bonino signed there. Karli Yarncroc for $2 million for.
But you know what? They're in good shape for.
until 2020, 2021, they're looking good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, for 2018-19, 16 guys under contract for just under $60 million, and the only guys in there are no core players in there that have to be re-signed.
Nope.
None.
They're looking
None
pretty slick.
at all. So they are in very good shape for that year. The following year after that, Kevin Fiala. I mean, if he was showing a lot of promise this season. And then he suffered the broken leg. He comes back strong from that. I mean, he'll be an RFA in 2020. Pontus Aberg, who kind of surprised everybody with his play in the postseason. He'll be a restricted free agent as well. And Colton Sissons will also be a restricted free agent there. So and Ryan Ellis by that point will be a unrestricted free agent. He will not get that far. He will be re-signed big time. Oh, who
same
else?
with Pecorine too. Pecorine.
But they won't be re-signing Rennie. I think you're going to
not for a long term.
That's going to be the only question mark in there is going to be their goaltending. Pekka's going to be 37 by then. He'll be done, and they're going to need to get themselves a goaltender by that point. I mean, they're going to ride
Or
Pekka
hope
for next
UC Saros, the by that point. UC Saros has his game up to that point.
True. Good point. They may not have to if he blossoms as expected. But you're right. I mean, to Johnny's point, I mean, David Poyle, he's playing with house money here right now. Not just because of the fact that they're going to be riding that big wave of their success that they had this past season, but they're looking very good as contenders for next season.
I think
one of my friends on my soccer team, she went to school right outside of Nashville, and she actually drove down to Nashville for game 3, I think it was, the Saturday night game. Right. And she said that she was just outside in the group of the 50,000 or so people that were on the street. And it was an absolutely amazing atmosphere. Everybody in the entire city was Predators when they got to the Stanley Cup Finals. It didn't matter if you had ever watched a hockey game in your entire life. You knew that the Predators were in the Stanley Cup Finals and that you were rooting for them and watching their game.
Well, I think that happens with most teams. The Caps were like that too.
I think the most recent example of that is LA, because a lot of people that live in LA couldn't give two shits about the Kings. They don't care about the Kings in LA.
No, I think they do. I think there's
there were tons of bandwagon fans in LA for the Kings.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, there were some. I will see Mark your point up to a certain point here. I mean, there were. Let's face it. Yeah, there were a whole bunch of bandwagoners jumping aboard there in 2012. But let's be fair here. The Kings have had a long history there in LA, and it was started with the Triple Crown line and with Rogie Vachon back in the 70s and the early 80s, and then with Gretzky back in 80s. That started the big turnaround there.
So everyone's parents, everyone that lives in LA right now, their parents probably were hockey fans, but they don't care about the Kings weren't relevant until they started winning Stanley Cups for the people who are living in LA right now.
No,
I have a hard time biting.
I got to disagree with that too. I
can understand where they became. I think it became more prevalent to a national audience.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking that the Kings are more popular than say the Lakers or the Dodgers, well, no, of course not. But there is a solid core of hockey fans there. And it has been growing, and it was growing and developing even up when the Kings won their Stanley Cups, and in fact, because of those 3 strong seasons they had between 2012 to 2014, that's just boosted it even higher. So right now, they're in a down cycle here, and they're going to end up. Let's face it, they're going to end up rebuilding in the next couple of years because some of those guys are getting old pretty fast, but. I think they're in good hands now with Rob Blake to do the rebuilding process there. But I don't think you're going to see a lot of those fans that jumped on board there in 2012 are going to bail on them, or let alone their long-term fans. I think they've really built a good, solid base of support there.
As long as Will Wheaton is still a fan,
I will agree with Mark. I will agree with Mark with the respect that there were celebrities that came out of the woodwork.
That I will agree with. Yes.
Snoop's a Ducks fan. Sorry, Snoop's a Ducks fan.
Exactly. But
the last 10 years for the Los Angeles Kings, the lowest average attendance for the year was 16,488.
There you go. Yeah,
that's pretty strong.
That's solid numbers right there.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it would be fan base though, but I definitely see the side of there were more high profile people that were like, I want to go to a Kings game now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. As it relates to this is the cool thing to do now because they're good, so I'm going to go do that.
The only celebrity Kings fan I trust as being a long-term Kings fan is Will Wheaton right now.
Will Wheaton, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Will Wheaton.
Big time.
Wheat Stout tonight.
Oh, there you go.
Brewed by Will Wheaton.
There you go. He is an entrepreneur.
See, since Alan Thicke died, Will Wheaton has taken that mantle.
Exactly. That's what, I mean, obviously the biggest Kings fan was Alan Thicke, but now, yes, Will Wheaton has picked up the mantle and rightfully so and deserves it.
I feel like Pat Sajak adopted the Kings whenever he's out doing his Wheel of Fortune thing in LA, but he's a Caps fan, but I think secondary he goes to Kings games.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Well, he's a hockey fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
He
on
owns
him.
WNAV.
I mean,
Good on him for that.
He's doing great. Where else would we say it's bandwagon fans?
I would.
Where would your
I'm gonna
bandwagon fans be?
throw the Capitals in this hat if we're
Oh, and
if we're adding bandwagon fans to
You know
this.
what? With the
Because
bullet.
I had never seen more people go to a Caps game and be more excited about the Capitals than when they won the Southeast Division in 2008.
Yeah.
You guys would definitely know that better than I would. I take
on
your
the-
word for it on that
On the
count.
flip side, 20 minutes into the 2017 playoff season, everyone was losing their shit because they didn't play well enough against the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first 20 minutes, the first period.
To be fair, I was that way, and I've been a Caps fan for most of my life. So mostly because I knew how this song played out.
Well, okay.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
Yeah,
But at least you
many-
know well enough that one period does not make a playoff.
maybe in the Caps case it does.
It does if it's a third period of Game 7.
That's true.
Okay. Smart ass.
And it's sphincter clenching time.
Actually, I'll go one farther. It's overtime of Game 7. One period does make a
Oh, yeah, it
difference.
does. It does.
Flyers,
Thanks, Flyers.
jerks. They ruined everything that
Mike
year.
Canoe was a dick.
Absolutely.
I will put this here. Agree or disagree? Columbus.
Disagree.
Columbus.
Probably.
Columbus is bandwagon fans.
So Columbus has
Disagree.
got two things, right? They got Ohio State
I
University.
feel like
and
they
now
had a
have
pretty
the Blue
good
Jackets.
showing at the draft when we were there.
Sure. Then the mass exodus happened after they picked Gilbert Brule.
Yeah, but it's everywhere.
Yeah, that happens a lot. But no, I would listen. I would say this year was long suffering Blue Jackets fans finally coming out and having something really worthwhile to cheer for.
I will not say they don't have their core fans. Every team does.
Well, every team
sans
does, yeah.
Sans the Golden Knights.
But I don't
But-
fault them for being I wouldn't call them bandwagon fans because more of them turned out this year. I just think it's like finally they had something to turn out for. I mean, come on.
I asked
Years
Scotty
and
earlier.
years and years of mediocrity, that takes its fucking toll, my friend, on a fan base. It really does. You know, it really does. After a while, if the team's not giving you anything to come out for, why come out anything to cheer for? Why come out and support them? With very rare exceptions, i.e. Toronto Maple Leafs and Edmonton Oilers. Okay, those are very rare exceptions. Most fans, if you give them a decade of mediocrity, they're just going to turn their back on you and go, yeah, let us know when you're good again. Okay? Because we've had enough. Look at Florida. Look at Florida Panthers, for
Calgary.
God's sake. Well, yeah.
Calgary in the late 90s. Like
Oh yeah. Well, hell, look at Edmonton in the mid 90s from 1993 to
look at Edmonton
1997.
ago.
From 1993 to 1997, the fans bailed on that team, and in a way, it was understandable because they had been spoiled by success for a decade. But they bailed on that team, and it was only when it looked like they were going to be relocated that they went, "Whoa, okay, we got to come out here and support this club." You know, you look at Colorado now. Colorado Avalanche fans, right off the bat, boom. I mean, they were spoiled by success. The first decade that team was there. I mean, 2 Stanley Cup championships. You know, you had friggin' all-stars like Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg and Patrick Waugh and Ray Bourque and Rob.
You win a cup your first damn year. Like,
yeah, but that was a team that was a destination for free agents, a destination for teams who were going to be traded, or for players who were going to be traded. You know, when they would go to these guys like Rob Blake and say, "Where do you want to go?" Without batting an eye, Colorado. You know, I mean, they were a prime destination. Now, look at them now. They are in such bad shape. They can't attract a top free agent. I dare say there are players that have no trade clauses where Colorado is one of those, is on that list of don't trade me there, you know? And now, I mean, it's been mediocrity for a decade, and you're starting to see it. They're starting to see it at the gate now. The fans are staying away. And quite frankly, I don't blame them because they haven't been given anything to come out and support now. They really haven't. You know, I mean, the attendance kind of stayed steady there for a while after that first lockout. And when guys like Waugh retired and Forsberg left and Sakic retired, but they still hung in there for I'd say about 3 or 4 seasons. It was only been in about the last 4 years or so, 4 or 5 years, that you started to notice the attendance was starting to slip. Okay, and they kind of got it back a little bit there 3 years ago when they finished so high in the standings and made the playoffs. That was what, 2014? Yeah, 2014. But
The
since
Varlamov
then,
season.
but since then, there's nothing there. Nothing there to cheer for, and this past season was, God, you hope it's that this past season was rock bottom and they can start building up from that, because if it ain't, oh man, it's going to get really ugly there. But that's what I'm saying. You got to give your fans something to come out and cheer for. If you don't, they're going to bail on you. That doesn't make them bandwagon fans.
I was going to make the same point, the spoiled fan base point about the Panthers, actually, because they made the Stanley Cup Finals within the first 2 seasons that they were in existence, thanks to that rat in the locker room that Scott Mellenby killed.
Yeah, but they were competitive, though. They were a competitive team.
Yeah, but as an expansion team?
Yeah, but they were. Well, they had.
But that's what I'm saying. That's impressive.
Van Viesbroek right off the bat, he dropped into their lap in the expansion draft. I mean, good God, right off the bat, and but let's face it. I mean,
Florida had the Ottawa problem.
Yeah,
where the arena is nowhere near any civilization.
Yep.
So I think that kills their fan base too. It's like, oh, I'd love the Panthers. What's that? I got to go 25 minutes in Miami traffic out of my way to the suburbs. I like TV.
Yeah. That's like Arizona. Same thing. Everybody dumps on Arizona's not a hockey market. I call bullshit on that. When that team made the playoffs, that arena was packed. That building was packed.
Shit, when they were in that craptastic U.S. Airways arena.
The building was packed then too. When they had guys like Jeremy Roenick and Keith Tkachuk and Nikolai Habibulin playing for them, Teppa Numminen, when they had a good team, give the fans a good team and they'll come out. I mean, give them a competitive team, for God's sake. They don't have to make the playoffs every year, but as long as they're competitive and at least the team looks like they're trying and management looks like it's trying to build, then absolutely the fans will come out, they'll stick by you, they'll be patient, and they'll come out and support you. But if you're just going to give them crap year after year after year, the Islanders, look at it during during Mike Milbury's reign of terror, as a general manager. Good. By the way, can I say just a quick sideline there? Greg Wyshynski, that alternative history thingy that he's doing for this summer. That one with what if Mike Milbury had not been the general manager? Oh boy, I did a piece years ago. I'm not saying that it was comparable to what Buddy was doing, but I had brought that point up years and years ago, saying, if Mike Milbury hadn't been the general manager, they never would have traded Roberto Luongo. They never would have traded away Todd Bertuzzi. All those guys wouldn't have traded them away.
Chara, Jason Spezza.
Yeah, wouldn't have traded those guys for magic beans. They might have actually had a chance to be a better team if they hadn't had Mike Milbury as their general manager.
All right, Lyle, some quick hits before we get to our game show.
Yes, sir.
Thoughts on Andrei Markov going to the KHL? Your final thoughts as him as a Canadian? Your lasting impression?
Hey, he was a great defenseman for the Habs, but getting up there, and let's face it, the only reason why the Habs didn't re-sign him is because he was asking for way too much money. So thanks to all he did, and Godspeed to him in the KHL. I hope that he finishes his career well.
Nate Schmidt and the Vegas Golden Knights seemingly far apart. What's the story there?
Nah, it's the same old story. It's the same thing we've heard through everybody in arbitration. Oh, they're far apart. They're far apart. This will be resolved. It won't go before an arbiter. This will be resolved before Friday.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a game show.
Hey, Johnny can scarcely contain himself with excitement.
You want to talk about bandwagon fans? You want to talk about bandwagon fans? Talk about the 2006-07 Washington Capitals is what you're talking about. Oh, as I collect media guide.
Nice chapeau.
We're going to have ourselves some name that 2006-07 Washington Capital.
Right before we do, can I just say, Johnny, you have the most awesome headgear.
Thanks.
You really do, man.
This is what I got last Wednesday night while I was at the
Nationals game.
Baseball game.
Yeah.
You going to sing something for us, Sammy?
You know about it till so. Sorry.
Yay!
All
Well
right,
done.
here we go.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Sammy.
This player in the 2005-06 season played 76 games for the Capitals, notching 14 goals and 30 points. He supports the fight against epilepsy, which I think anybody who doesn't support epilepsy.
Right. I support the
Hold
fight
on.
against the
Not
fight
that we
against
got anything against
epilepsy.
epilepsy.
Yes.
Hold on.
He
It's such a weird thing to put
I
a media
feel like
guy.
that's one of those questions, like things you support, and it's like check all the boxes that apply.
Yeah. Just ones I'd like to see somebody come up. What do you support? Crushing puppies.
was a fan of Mark Messier, the Edmonton Oilers, growing up,
Mm.
and lists poker, fishing, and golf amongst his favorite off-season activities. Name this 2006-07 Washington Capital. Johnny.
I'm gonna go with Chris Clark.
Sorry.
Mm.
Sorry.
Oh.
Mark with the C.
I'm gonna go with Jeff Halpern.
Sorry.
Was he still with the team then?
Oh yeah, Halpern was there. He was,
Oh,
he was
okay.
there until 2011.
This
Lyle.
is in the prime of the Caps being shit.
Yeah, this is prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still the captain.
Yeah. Chris Clark was the captain, remember?
No, Chris Clark was the captain.
Yep.
Don't disparage Chris
Okay,
Clark.
sorry, my fault. That
How
whole-
dare
the
you,
trade with
sir.
the Kings, or the Flames, I mean, that I totally forgot about.
Oh God. Oh. Marcus Johansson. I don't know. I can't.
Ryan Sotheby.
Ryan
Sotheby.
Mark, your newborn son has a Chris Clark jersey with just Fatanzo on the back of it.
Sotheby.
It is a 17 jersey.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember guys who played for the other than
needs to
the
earn-
obvious guy. I'm trying to remember guys who played for the
He
07.
needs to earn the C on the front of his jersey, though. Patanzo, the son
Maybe.
Patanzo. He needs to earn it.
All right. This player, had 5 goals and 18 assists or 18 points in the 2005-06 campaign. He was a Memorial Cup All-Star team member in 2003. He is involved with the Big Brothers program. He lists playing computer games, poker, and golf amongst his hobbies, and lists Touching the Void as his favorite book and Dumb and Dumber as his favorite movie. Mark with a C. Name that.
I don't even care if he was
2006-07
on the team this year. That's gonna be Mike Green.
Sorry, not Mike Green.
Dumb and Dumber nailed it for me.
Lyle.
Oh man. Well, now I at least know 2 guys. Because you said Green. Holy crap, man. Was Brooks Lake still with the Capitals then? Or had he made the Caps then?
Is that your answer?
Yeah, what the hell?
Sorry, not Brooks Lake. Johnny.
I'm gonna go long shot here and go Rico Fata.
Sorry. Steve Eminger. Steve.
Good
God,
God!
he paid such great dividends.
Hey,
getting
what
that
Scotty,
phone
can
call.
you,
kind
when
of
this is all done, if you don't give us the person, can you give us Can't Miss Chris Beach's background?
I don't
Is
know
that
if
the
he,
fourth or fifth
not
time
that
he got
guy.
traded back and
I
forth?
can't
from the
miss.
Penguins?
He was so good.
he was still listed as a prospect, so he only gets stats.
I am. When this is done, I'm going to take a look at that Caps roster because I'm.
That team
You know,
was terrible.
it must have been. It's amazing that they within 3 it was Ovi's 3rd year that they made the playoffs. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, if this
it
is
was
the
the
6
season
or
after
7,
this
they
one,
made
07, 08. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Alrighty.
God.
Here we go.
Wow.
The season before, he played in junior and had 7 goals and 40 points. He lists Wedding Crashers as his favorite movie. Tiger Woods is his favorite athlete and plays golf, tennis, and volleyball in the off-season. Lyle, name this 2006-07 Washington Capital.
Brooks Lake.
Sorry.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a Brooks-like thing.
Johnny.
It does actually. I'm gonna go with.
His team is horrible. I don't know so many of these guys.
I'm gonna go with Jeff Schultz.
big winner. Give himself a bell. Yes. Dirty Jeff Schultz.
You know, one of you guys have to get this. I know I'm not going to unless you state the bloody
Johnny,
obvious.
Johnny,
Yes.
was it the volleyball?
Wow.
Volleyball was the only. He was the tallest person that I've ever known. And I bet you. This is how I envision Jeff Schultz playing volleyball.
Okay.
Jeff Schultz is the tallest person on the entire court, but won't hit anything. So like he just jumps up and blocks people. That's all he does. He's like the St. John Smith of beach volleyball when he plays.
All right, here
But
we
he
go.
never hit a thing in his life. And he won a Stanley Cup.
I know. Very scary. He was a WHL Player of the Year. His favorite hobbies include golf and poker. His favorite sport other than hockey is beach volleyball. He lists,
Oh.
he lists the Patriot.
Is this a
He
top?
lists- He lists the Patriot as his favorite movie, and his favorite athlete is Alex Ovechkin. Johnny, name his 2006-07 Washington Capitals.
Johnny.
I'm going to say this is Mike Green.
Sorry, not Mike Green. Mark.
Eric Fair.
Oh, give yourself a bell.
Oh, there you go.
Just casually dropped.
I was gonna. I'm telling you, it's like I said. You guys being Caps fans, you have to know these guys because I don't have a fucking clue. If you didn't get any of these, then it was like, wow, you guys are just blocking out the memory of that team.
You can't casually drop WHL Player of the
I
Year
know, right?
in a year that
No,
I'm sure
well,
he scored 72
There are
goals.
questions.
All right, last one. This player enjoys golf, fishing, and wakeboarding. He lists soccer.
Why are all the Capitals players love golf?
I don't know because they
played
in
so
that
much
time,
of
they
it.
played a lot of it. Yeah.
They played a lot of it in the early years.
Soccer is his favorite sport other than hockey, and Roger Federer is his favorite athlete. Mark, we'll start with you. Name this Washington Capital from 2006-07.
I'm gonna go with Shane Morrison.
Sorry, it's not Sean Morrison.
Sean Morrison.
wasn't
It's
Shane.
spelled Shane or Sean, but it's pronounced
Sean.
Sean.
Lyle.
Was Alex Semin on the team then?
He might have been. Is that your answer?
Yes.
Sorry, it's not.
Shit!
Johnny.
I was patting myself on the back because I
So,
remembered one.
I have a weird feeling that this is Ovechkin.
Sorry, not Ovechkin.
Oh,
Really?
The winner is can't miss Chris Beach.
The better thing threw me off. I was like, it has to be somebody that actually watches tennis and stuff.
All right,
I would have never pegged Chris Beach for that.
between Mark and Johnny, we got a tiebreaker.
yeah, you guys go for it, man.
Personal, he enjoys golfing, working out, fishing, and watching movies in his spare time. Tiger Woods is his favorite athlete. His favorite
Come
book
on.
is 11 Seconds about Travis Roy from Boston University.
Oh,
Ooh.
He played for Hershey the year before, 8 goals, 36 points. Name that 2006-07 Washington Capital, Mark with a C.
I'm going back to Mike Green.
Sorry. Johnny?
I'm gonna go Carl Alsner.
Sorry.
Wait. Can we keep
Mark?
going back and forth
Keep
till we
going.
get it?
Yeah, keep going till you get it.
Keith Coyne.
Sorry, no. Johnny?
Did you say Keith O'Coin?
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
He did. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Way
Odds
more
are
assists.
Odds are he's still on this roster.
And he's still on the Bears.
Wow, that's a deep pull right there.
It really is.
It's like pulling a bullet out of your stomach, dude.
Fix your mic, Mark. Fix your
Wow.
mic, Mark. Johnny?
Enrico Ciccone.
Sorry, not Enrico. Mark.
Okay. That just tell us now, because now
right.
now I've lost interest.
Chris Bork.
Bork.
Ah, see.
By the way,
I almost said Chris Bork, but I didn't know which one of the 4 times he was on the Caps. If he was on the Caps or the Penguins that year.
So Chris
Lyle-
Beach always went back and forth too.
Yeah, Lyle, here's on this
Okay.
roster. I'm going from alphabetical order from backwards to front. Dana Zubris, Richard Zednick. We mentioned Brian Sotheby. Alex Semin was on this team.
Mhm.
Brian Pothier.
Oh,
Matt Pettinger. Of course, Ovechkin.
Mm.
Brian Muir.
Mm.
Sean Morrison.
Mm.
Brooks Lake.
Ah.
Ole Kolzig.
Mm.
Oh.
Brent Johnson.
Mm.
Danny Hewitt.
Mm.
Mike Green.
Mm.
Hey.
Boyd Gordon.
Oh, boy, Gordon.
Rico Fata.
There you go.
See, I knew he was on the team.
John Erskine.
Mm.
Steve Eminger.
Mm.
Ben Clymer. Chris
Wow.
Clark.
Wow.
Donald Brashear.
Hmm.
Matt Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your team.
What a bad, bad team. Oh, my.
Their prospects
The
are even
irony
worse.
of it all. Here's the irony, though. That team didn't change a whole lot and made the playoffs the next year.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
right. A lot of
here's
those
why.
guys were on that team when they did. Yeah.
Because like their system was okay. They had Fleischman in the system, like we said, Eric
Right.
Fair. They
Yeah.
had Schultz in the system. They had wait,
Green.
Right.
wait a minute.
Mike
Dave
Green.
Steckel. Steckel was
Mike
in the
Green.
system.
Mike
He was
Green.
on the
They traded-
roster. Green was on
They
the roster.
traded
Nick Backstrom.
Roosevelt for
Yeah.
Fedorov.
Nick Backstrom was just drafted.
Mhm.
Joe Finley was throwing lawnmowers.
Oh, they traded Babe Ruth for Fedorov.
Guys, you're both right. It was Teddy Ruth. Michael Neuver was there. Semyon Varlamov was in the system.
Mm.
Remember
But
when
that's
the Caps
point.
had the Caps had 8 goalie prospects
Right, they still do.
Max
for the
Maxim
entire
Daniel.
7 years that they were terrible. They had all of these goalie prospects.
But
And
think
they
about
still
it too,
do.
yeah. But think about it too. I mean, 3 years after that 06-07 team, they won their first President's Trophy. 3 years
Yeah,
after
look where
that.
they're at now. 7-time Stanley. What? All right, Lau. Next week we'll do another team. It's gonna be
Okay,
great.
yeah, one that won't give you guys any heartburn. How's that?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
I'm
just happy
sad
I knew
now.
people on this team.
That's true.
All right. Yeah, and I got to say Sean Morrison,
Yeah, exactly.
even though I called him
though.
Shane. So
You
sorry,
know, you
Sean
called him
Morrison.
Sean.
And I got to drop a Rico Fata. That hasn't happened in a while.
Rico.
Well, it sounds like. Well, you might need some
I
medicine
said
for
it
that.
once, but people thought it was a cuss word. So
Did you catch that from Dames and Games?
like, what a Rico
Listen,
Fata.
If you haven't had a Rico Fod in a while, get some laxatives.
Mm.
Lyle, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real.
That's what
fun.
happens after you have knee surgery.
Oh, jeez. Here we are. We'll talk to you next week, Lyle.
Have a good one. Take care.
Yeah, there he goes. Lyle Richardson, sextrathockey.net, thehockeynews.com, PI, Garlean Island, Garlean. And of course, police report. Get that slideshow action. And thus ends our last show for our 15th year.
Oh wow!
Next week, we will be 16 years old. We'll be able
we'll
to
be
drive.
able to officially drive a car in the state of Maryland.
And legal age of consent in most places. Don't know why that matters.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna
We're
be great.
impregnating the show with ads.
Here we are.
And 17th season.
17th season. 42nd if you go by season to season, hockey season, draft season, hockey season, playoff season, off season. We're at 42.
I mean, there's a weird conversation that we can have at some point in the next 2 weeks that you've already lived an entire year when you're 1.
Mm-hmm.
right?
So at what point do you say you're turning 5? You've already lived 5 years. It screws up everything.
lived-
You teach children.
You've lived. But if you're 16,
This
and
is
you're-
we don't have the time for this.
okay. No, we'll do it next week.
Yes,
'cause
that's
there'll probably
the
be zero
appropriate
news.
time and place for this
course.
argument.
Johnny P, shoutouts.
Give a shout out to people that sent me stuff for birthday. Everybody here included. It was nice. I got a lot of stuff on Facebook. I have a lot of Facebook friends. Shout out to going to a second football game. The first football game that I ever went to, I went to see the Buffalo Bills play the New York Jets.
False. You went to see the Baltimore Stallions place, probably one of the Rough Riders at some point.
That is actually true. I did go to a Baltimore Stallions game. I completely forgot about that. In Memorial Stadium,
Yes.
right?
Yes, I was there for that as well. That's why I remember.
Yeah. So, the first NFL game. And I'd like to see Wembley. So, I'm killing multiple birds with one stone on this.
Good work.
So, shout outs all around. And hey, shout out to Lefty and the Lowriders. We may have new music coming
Nice. Woohoo.
at some point
Some point in
when
time.
it's produced.
When it's finally produced. Not by Johnny, though.
No.
Yet. Sounds good. Anything else,
Yep.
sir?
I'm good.
Mark
I
with a
almost
C?
forgot I had to play music on the way out.
Mark
Shout
with a
out
C.
to Woot Stout by Will Wheaton.
Did you get that cheap? Like, do they sell that up during Woot Offs?
No, not the same company. This is let's see who Stone Brewery puts this out, but this is wherever fine beers are sold, you can find this.
What's
and it's
the
only,
hardness
I think
of
it's
stone
yearly.
on Moe's hardness?
Stone. Oh, what is stone? Well, I'm gonna have to look that up later. Maybe next week I'll let you know. Well, see, stone is such a vague concept. Stone is not a material. Stone is just a shape, I feel. You could have a diamond stone, or you could have a copper stone. Diamond Stone played for the University of Maryland as a center, and he was a way different shape than most stones.
Okay. If we were in England, we would weigh in stones.
There it
That's
is.
true. So yeah, that I guess was my shout out.
All right. Lovely.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out to moving. I'd like to give a diss to moving, as it was last week.
Yes, moving is a pain in the dick.
Yeah, I always say I'm going to hire somebody to do it next time, but nah. Anyway, shout out to a weekend coming up. Got a weekend coming up, kids. Woohoo! Probably weekend of moving. So there's that. That's it. I really had nothing. I really didn't do much this week, and probably not going to do much for several weeks until I get to Calgary. So that's going to be a fun time itself. So that's it. That's all. We're going to end it right here. Thank you for joining us on Face Off Hockey Show. More for Johnny P. Mark with a C. I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. You can listen to Face Off Hockey Show on faceoffhockeyshow.com and Blog Talk Radio. Faceoffhockeyshow.com is also our Tumblr. We don't do much there. We post our show there, and it's great. You can check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/FOHS Radio. Also on Twitter, twitter.com/faceoffhcky show. So until next week, where we reign in the 16th year of Face Off Hockey Show, we might play some of the
We
first
ring
show
it in.
too.
We were reigning in the 15th year. We're ringing in the
we're
16th
ringing.
year.
So we're ringing it like a towel. Like
Yes.
a
No,
towel.
well, no, that would mean
What?
that you're done with it. Ringing it in like a new year, like dropping the ball.
We've dropped the ball a lot on this show, so that'll be great. So we're gonna get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Till next week. Peace.
Until he hurt his knee. He at the hospital with the drip of the morphine. Wasn't his fault, it was a circumstance. Addicted personality, he had no chance. He fell to rock bottom while his pockets fell dry. When you don't have wings, it's impossible to fly.